What is up? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the most inspired podcast on planet Earth. Obviously, we are here on Earth right now. The local human being, Zeek The Kid, your host. Welcome to the show. We're just getting a few things set up and connected, so please wait patiently while we do so, and then we will be with you in just a moment. Thank you for joining in. Thanks for waiting. This has obviously been the lovely Nightmares on Wax Crush. I know that probably going to get us copyrighted on this, but we're just going to let it ride out because I don't know. It's a free country, okay? What are you going to say? What do you want from me? Can't you just allow the music to just do its thing? No, I get that. Everyone's got rights. So we are going to let this play out then. It's a cool little track. I've kind of toyed with the idea of maybe like having music playing in the background. I always have that anyway though, like in just how I work. So I'm thinking maybe it's not the best idea. I think it might be a little bit distracting. But nevertheless, that's an amazing track by Nightmares on Wax Crush. How is everybody? I hope you're all good. If you're joining in, feel free to comment anything throughout the episode and anything like that. Don't mind the sound of the room sounding like it's about to explode. I've been playing with, when you guys have fans in like apartments and you just like, I don't know what, like, it's like diffusing a bomb. It seems that these things work in every other situation except when you're in a foreign place. When you're in a hotel room, these things never work. You buy one for your house, 10 out of 10 times. Like, it like a doctor. Like, it's like you could navigate the remote with your eyes closed. It works. It's fine. There's no problems. It's not racist. You come to a foreign place and all of a sudden it's being prejudiced to you. It's like telling you some of the craziest things you ever heard in your life. I have no idea, but it just every now and then it just sounds like it's like from the Hurt Locker or something like that. It's got a bomb inside ready to blow. I got to get up there and like diffuse it, pick it apart, get PTSD or something like that. Anyway, back on track. What are we discussing today? Today, I thought, you know what? This is the most inspired podcast live on television. And I really wanted to bring some of the fresh new things that are coming here on planet Earth directly from other artists and makers. So we're going to be joined hopefully shortly by none other than Pasquale. If you guys don't mind, I'm just going to quickly send him the link. And then we'll get on with the show because I have some cool little bits to talk about to kind of touch on where I'm at, I guess, what's been happening. It's been cool here. I'm nearing my end here in Milan. I'm probably going to die. No, but nothing that drastic. If anything, I'm thriving. Although today has been a bit of a challenging day. I don't know what it is. Maybe I didn't have the best breakfast. Word to the wise, just make sure you get your nutrition in check, okay? And especially your sleep. I think it's in the terms of health and well-being, it's really just been my sleep that's been the most effective thing. I'm having trouble staying off the phone when it gets really late at night. I'm enjoying commenting on Instagram and getting into these rebuttals in the comment sections with you wild Homo sapiens out there in the world. And I got to stop doing that. I really got to stop doing that. Got to get back to trying to diffuse the fan before it explodes. No, so where were we? um, yeah, bringing you some of the new stuff that I've found in the lands, but more like I was saying, my time in Italy, my time in Milan is sadly drawing to a close, and it really seems that it's taken towards the end now, a month and a half out, where I'm now getting like all these collaboration options. You know, I don't know why, but for some reason I waited till the last few days, few weeks to finally be working somewhat as a stylist, although unpaid, um, and finding my footing somewhat in the space here. But better late than never, I guess, is what I would say. But also too late, I think, in terms of where I'm at. I really want to get back to Australia. I feel like I'm excited to get back to Australia, down under, mate, and bring my new perspective there again. I miss my family in a way as well. I haven't had any, like, obviously I don't have family in Italy, and I come from like a very family centered place where that's been something that's been in my life for ever. I always would take trips back to visit fam, and then even when I was in Sydney, I spent a lot of time with family. So shout out to Thea T. She might not watch this, but eventually when she does, she got the plug. Thea T in the place to be. So she's gonna slap me for this, but a real Greek slap as well. It's one that leaves like a handprint for like a year. Yeah, a whole bunch of Greeks covering it up at church, or not, depending on how you are as a Greek man. But you know, every now and then there's that one guy you see it right there, right across the chin and the neck, full spread, 5 fingers. Yeah, but so excited to get back to Australia. I'm exceptionally thankful that I've been able to meet the people that I've met here, and we still have a lot of work to do. So if you're from my Milan fam and you're wondering, oh my God, Zeke is hitting the eject, no, we got some full stops to really, you know, beep, 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 beep. That's a better one. Really full stop. And I mean, I just got these 6 suit jackets. Like, what the heck? I gotta stay for a little bit to like let people see this style that I'm kind of manifesting here. So, yeah. Um, so on with the news. There's a lot of big things going on in the world. Okay, the Dow Jones is fluctuating. I believe right now it's down, but in terms of the stock market, it's a great time to be buying GTA 6 stocks. Let me tell you, that stock is skyrocketing right now. Good time to be buying GTA 6 stocks. It's a good time to be into stocks in general because the way the world is right now, finding work and finding jobs that pay well is getting more and more difficult. So if you can get better and better at stocks and trading and like being a bit of a wise guy in running the stock market, you know, finding some Wall Street brokers out here, really, really finding you. I'm gonna stop that. Um, Trading some of those stocks, eh? But if you can really be like a wise guy and find some, an avenue in the stock market, pay attention to the way that things are going. You'll find yourself. It'll be really beneficial to you. I want to shout out Felix and Friends on YouTube directly. Felix and Friends on YouTube. You can find him in the YouTube, and he has some great like seminars and some great videos really covering some essential things that are happening in the market. A few of his stocks that I've looked at, RDW is one. And anyway, to avoid losing you and getting you bored by stock jargon, we're going to keep it short and simple, eh? But check out Felix and Friends on YouTube if you're into stock and trading. Really recommend his channel. It's been a great help for me so far in my trading journey. Now, without further ado, let's cut over here to my friend ChatGPT, my dear friend, my dearest friend, who's been with me for quite some time. We've shared some not so intimate moments because I don't disclose my intimate life to ChatGPT, but things like conspiracy theories and all other kinds of things. I don't mind discussing with this, him, they, them. One thing that I've discussed for this episode is I'm really interested. Okay, we do a lot of study on contemporary classical art. My bad. Contemporary would be the modern era. So we're talking about classical art. We do a lot of study about classical art. We're always talking about the greats. Recently, Keith Haring has just done a collaboration with Louis Vuitton. So he's kind of coming back into the zeitgeist in a way. I don't think he ever left. But I wanted to find like who are artists in this era that are putting out work maybe at that same level. Maybe in 20 years, we'll refer to these as the classical artists of a bygone era. The first one is the Venice Beach Biennale standout. This is sometimes ChatGPT has. Google Gemini. Sorry, oh God, what is that like racism? Am I AI racist? It says it brings up the weirdest quotes and like it gets way too creative. Anyway, Florenta Holzinger from the Austria Pavilion. He has an exhibition which I thought was really interesting. I don't know if you can see very well. Let me just double check the stream. Yeah, you can see that. There's a whole bunch of ignore this mess on the side of the screen here. But this is a real man, not a wax model, a real man hanging out of a bell. And then behind him is a man in a tub here, like almost like that. His name eludes me right now, just like he also eluded fish tanks and inescapable situations. But the same as this magician who could escape inescapable places, things. So this work curated by Nora Swanje Almes of Gropiusbau Berlin. It's open to the public right now, I believe, until November 22nd. This is pretty cool. I think it's really interesting. I think this shot here is particularly cool. You have the bell here, the human, and then below him is like almost, what's inviting you. Here we have what looks to be like, I don't know if the toilets are part of it, but I don't know what exactly. Do you flush your poop and then it's like all of a sudden your poop is like floating in the tank with these guys? What a terrible tank just fills up with poop. No, this is really cool. I think that's a female model, right? There's two females, yeah. At first, I thought this was a male. I'm sorry if someone ever watches this and is like, "Oh my God, Zeke, what are you doing?" But do we get? Pretty sure nudity is not allowed on. Anyway, we're gonna just scroll past that. But this is It's a cool idea. It's very captivating. It kind of does look like a painting if you frame this really tightly and actually painted it. I think it would be really interesting. So kind of risky as well. Like something could go wrong. They're just in this tank pool here. It looks like there's some air at the top, but does look pretty creepy. I don't know if I would do that. Maybe because the glass is there. Maybe if there was a thing that said like that let you break the glass. If in case of emergency. The other thing I thought was cool is this fully nude performer on a jet ski. Okay, putting DJ Khaled to shame indefinitely is this naked female performer on this jet ski, just ripping it in the waves here. I don't know exactly, just a pure performance piece. This one, we have a bunch of more female performers all strewn along and about this pole here, this room that's filled with water. And look at that water, just looks drinkable. I'm sure it's not, but it's cool. There's like some bronze people going on here. We have arrows pointing through this thing. I don't know why. Sorry, I've zoomed in the screen like that. It's pretty cool. Like it's interesting. I wonder like how long they stay up there, because I feel like that would get really exhausting at some point. So they must do it in like few minutes, but it's pretty cool. Imagine like being lost out in sea and then seeing this. It's like a bunch of like mermaid sirens, and then you get close and they become like flesh-eating monsters and just fucking like rip you to shreds. So there's performers completely naked. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Is it overrated, underrated, or just exactly a cool piece of art? In my opinion, we're gonna rate this. I'm gonna rate this 6.5 out of 10. I feel like that's fair. 6.5 out of 10. It's cool. It's got some controversial aspects to it. I really like this tank setup. I love the attention to detail in the performance aspects of it. The naked jet ski, James Bond villain, obviously promotion for the next James Bond film. So I'll be waiting to see her as the um, gold. Oh, what are we naming her? What are we naming her? I don't know, Goldilocks or something. No locks, naked locks, golden naked, naked gold. That's what we're going to call the next James Bond film, by the way, everyone. Naked Gold. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So we have 17 art auctions that have set records. Actually, I saw this. If I can get rid of all these ads, the Jackson Pollock painting recently sold for a crazy amount. I believe it was a record for Pollock, if I'm not mistaken. But really cool. I'm a big fan of Jackson Pollock. I mean, some people cringe at his work, but being that he was like the first of a mass who pioneered this style, I know there was other underground artists who were doing this. There had to have been. He was just in the right place, right time, right attitude. What was that? That was like year 7 school, I think, that we got taught that. So, um, but no, like this piece is crazy. Imagine this in like a living room. It sold for 157 million, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, here we go. The private collection of it for 181.2 million. Okay, so that was okay. I thought anyway, it must be incorrect there. 181.2 million. That's just a little bit more than a lot of money. His later week realizing more than this $1 million. Yeah, pretty cool. I like this piece. I think it's really cool. It looks like he's almost tried to do his name, kind of. No, there's like a D there. I don't. That's definitely not intended, but really sick. There is a little like it's cool. There's a little signature right there. This is a cool piece. I really enjoy it. I think. Let me know what you guys think of this. You think it's just a? I mean, it's Jackson Pollock. I mean, come on, it's like legendary. Um, it's it's very it's got a lot of character. You can see there is some intricate details to it as well. You see some smaller swirls here within the painting where he's obviously like began maybe bigger drizzles, and as it's gone and as the paint's got thinner, he's kind of come here and done little drizzles. There's also red tied in throughout. It looks like it's been done first because a lot of the black overlaps with the red, which is cool. And then, yeah, you do have like 98, I believe that says. Maybe it's Jackson Pollock 98. Pretty sick. I really like it. It looks like the canvas is stretched and it's obviously on some kind of discolored. It's not just a white canvas. So it has three three profound layers. And then you do have the idea of like, does that signature become more than a signature? The way that it's placed in the canvas, it's pretty interesting. Instead of going for like, bottom right, like it's just accepted in the art world, bottom right is where your initial and signatures go. He's done it here. So it's a pretty cool piece, a pretty cool statement that he's done. We're just going to go here. What's next? Konstantin Brancusi. Okay. Sold for 107 million. Estimate 100 million. This is pretty cool as well. Really interesting. This art, just 1913. Um, Interesting how like this and the Pollock so far have been like timeless in my opinion. Like this is a relevant sculpture. You could see it around. Okay, if you saw like an ancient Roman sculpture around, I'd be like, oh, like nice dick, dude. You know. But something like this statue is like very interesting. The way just like the shapes are, little cute little mouth, even the neck. the way it's like positioned. It's very artistic. There's a lot to read from it. Like it's not just a straight on face. And then the dimensionality of the face, you have the really thin. No, it's cool. It's very cool. I'm going a bit deep in there, but hopefully you enjoy that little the little deepness there. Mark Rothko. Okay, this is a classically controversial piece. What do you guys think of this? There's a lot of people that get really annoyed at Mark Rothko. This is one of the more complex things that he's done, but nevertheless, a pretty interesting piece. Staring at a blank dark canvas and a red line, saying it's a pretty interesting piece. Wow, we've really fallen off here. No, 1964, two greens and a red stripe. I think this is pretty cool. I probably wouldn't hang it in my house, or if I would, oh my god, oh shit, pardon me. If I would, I'd probably deface it and then realize that I have just defaced $1 million artwork. And in a I would deface it in a show of in a display of anti-art, anti-establishment. Probably just draw like a big, I was using like red paint, a big white penis on it. Why not? Why not? Maybe even some boobs. Joan Miro, I have not heard of this. 1924, 53 million. Again, another like interesting piece that kind of is a bit more like very like conceptual, um, but also has timeless quality. Yeah, all of these artworks have this really interesting timeless quality. And here's another one. This is cool. The painter painting the painter. Really nice colors as well. Like just a really soft, cool suit here. Really cool expression, especially over the shoulder here. Really sick. Cool to see that little pocket here. Um, Little pocket here. You guys are like, Zeke, what are you talking about? But these are all just things that I noticed. See, there's like an intentional line here. It's really interesting. It's just like all these little chain situations. Got that ring, and then the cool boats over here in the distance. And I think it's really interesting. The everything kind of meets on the horizon almost. There's a lot pointing to the horizon. Like his eye kind of lines up here, the brim of the hat. Looks like he had some trouble maybe with the brim of the hat. Like it was here, it was wider almost, and then he kind of painted over it because it looks like it was wider. So there's something interesting there. Just nerding out over here, just getting my nerd on. But another cool piece. I don't want to spend too long on these, but I just want to really kind of, I'm interested because a lot of these are just have this. See, this one's more dated in my opinion. It still has some of that contemporary edge considering it's old, um, but a bit more dated, obviously, being the bronze sculpture. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, letting the match burn. Looks like his finger's on fire. It's pretty red there as well, but it's pretty cool. Really interesting use. And then, like, obviously, the shadow work is really great. You can see where the light would naturally hit and reflect, and then the shadow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Little match in the hand. Whoa, this one's really sick, actually. Definitely a Japanese artist, right? It's so interesting. You can so tell Japanese. I hope if yeah, Shilun, Ding Shilun, Ding Shalom. Don't mind me. Oh, China. Sorry, sorry. I that does make sense for it to be Chinese. Although I don't really know super how to distinguish. Um, yeah, looks like there's a ghost coming through that woman's belly. So anyway, my the verdict on this is that a lot of this art that's still relevant in today's age has this really really interesting timeless quality to it, and that's not something necessarily that like if all the artists' works were timeless, you'd see so much more of like their work on on auction. But an artist doesn't always know that they're doing that timeless thing. Something like this, pretty cool. walking on water. Anyway, um, let's go number 3 here. Agora Gallery. So this is the shift of chaoticism and deep materiality. There's a dive into the visual profiles. Let's check out the hyperlink here. Okay, this is pretty cool. I really like this. This like multi kind of, it's got a bit of a Warhol edge. I don't want to compare it. It is kind of doing its thing. Some of these cool sculptural pieces. They always look like I don't know, what is this guy like? This is Pitbull. That's Pitbull, right? He went from rapping to making contemporary art. That's cool. Elena, so it looks like she does some really. This is really detailed. This image is like timeless as well. I feel like how many thousands of images are there of the two Cupid babies, like, in an exchange of love. Like, I wish I was showing their art as well. But this is cool. This is interesting. Looks like he's just at his house. There's his house somewhere in like Oakland. Just at his front porch. Looks like he's got the canvas here. He probably made that on his kid's little play table. Probably the perfect height, to be honest. You find a lot of artists find random things like that to use. This is nice. Mark Schiff. Bit of a Jackson Pollock. We were just talking about Jackson Pollock, so bit of a inspired artist by that, but it's like a much more detailed, pretty cool work, to be honest. Adela Gomez Cadavid. Sorry if I mispronounced that name or destroyed it, but I don't think I destroyed it. I think I just mispronounced it. Some lead pencil works. You can only see it in the background. I don't really feel like reading all of this, so if you really are interested, you can go for that. Ali Gerish. Can we just rename it to Karen Karen? I just feel like I'm getting Karen vibes. Ali, I hope you understand, but I don't know. Something about it. I think it's the hair. I think like just the bob of the hair. Anyway, we're gonna keep it. She just looks like the kind of woman that'll just like pull me up at the department store for like wearing the wrong clothes or like wearing my glasses inside. And I'm like, lady, I'm just like, what do you want from me? Like the glasses, what's the problem? I don't want to take them off my head, okay? I put them on and I don't put them up, okay? Ruins my hair. I see my head. She's like, no, no, no. It's actually extremely inconsiderate to those around you to be wearing glasses inside. I'd be like, listen, lady, who made the rule about glasses? Okay? Who made that rule? I wear my motorcycle helmet into the bank. All right? What do you want from me? Robert Jordan. Looks like some collage, physical paper, physical paper collage, sculptural pieces. Really cool. He bridges science and spirit, apparently. Science and spirit. This is really cool in the background, seeing his work. Evan William Plunkett. This is really cool. It's really trippy. What do you guys want to like have a look? Should we have a bit of a deeper dive into his work? Because I'm kind of captivated, kind of interested by what he's doing. Evan. Oh, that's a painting? It's really a painting? It's really cool. I love it. It's got like what's the vibes? Like lone. Man, my memory's not great today. My memory is really not good. Took my creatine today as well, but anyway. Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is the thing. That's really cool. What is it? Oh, it's got to be a photo, right? Some of them might be paintings, but others have to be a photo. They're too detailed. Yeah, sorry, they're too detailed. For anyone who just knew it was a photo originally, you're just like, Zeke, you an idiot. What are you talking about? I think this guy's just like never stopped. He just took acid. He's never stopped tripping on acid, because that to me is like when, or like if you took acid and mushrooms, you got the lighting of acid. Not that I've ever taken either, but I'm just going to guess. You have the lighting of what would be like, what would it be to feel like being on acid? Oh my goodness. And then the swirliness of mushrooms as they take control of your brain. I like it. Evan, really cool stuff. Really cool stuff, man. Um, who else do we have? James Naz. Looks like he's doing some sort of pottery, some eggs in the background there. Free range, I hope. We only rocking a free range egg. Sticky note, another sticky note artist. Cool. Anna Rendeka. Looks like she's doing some interesting stuff. I'm sure she does more than just sticky notes. Well, guys, that's some of the artists that are doing their thing all over the age of 80. Thank you very much. And on to the next. Yeah, all of these artists are really old now. What's going on with the youth out here? Where's the youth at? Where's all the people out here that are trying to hold it down for the younger generation? Let's see, what do we got? This bed one, I've seen this like 1,000 times. 1998, that's why. That's a timeless photo, 1998. It's really, that's literally what my bed looks like. No, my bed looks better than that, but it has looked like that at times. Not with the alcohol and stuff though, but I know there's probably, shout out to you out there if this is the state of your bedroom right now. This is a mental note to put me in the background and clean your room. You know what? I'm gonna call you out right now. If you got that pile of clothes on your couch, get up right now. Get folding. All right. I know you've had that shirt hanging out there on the clothes rack outside, wherever it's hanging. It's been out there. You got those pants on that clothes rack. Put me in the background. Go and fold it. Go on. Go do it right now. Come on. Don't make me do something I'm gonna regret. All right. Go and clean. Go and wipe your clothes. No, go and fold your clothes. Clean, wipe, fold. At the start of 2015, artists predicted a year would give marginalized voices their flowers, and so it did. Okay, I guess in some way. Tracy Emin, pardon me, 2024. Pretty cool here, actually. Bit of a work, bit scary, a little bit scary. Um, very art student esque. The drawer cabinetry is here is really cool with a little cat on top. Who else do we have? This is someone now doing this. I think I saw this. Oh no, what? That's old. Raphael Sublime Poetry, Metropolitan Art Museum. Well, these are old artists, but still relevant. Marcel Duchamp. It's cool to see Duchamp still spoken about. Sorry, I was going to take my socks off. No, you will not be seeing my feet in this episode. But if you're wondering whether my feet smell or not, no, it smells really good. You guys do that. Come on, everyone smells their socks. Come on, come on. If you don't take your socks off to smell what victory smells like at the end of the day, then like you're missing out on a little free little dopamine boost there. Marcel Duchamp, really cool artist. Actually, I have a story. I'll tell this story. So, what year was it? I was in year 11 at my high school, and we had this assignment to create a sculpture. And we recently covered a unit on Marcel Duchamp, right? And then I remember seeing this thing that he had called Fountain, and I thought it was hilarious. It was very like mystical in a way, taking the urinal, putting it down like this, made it look like something that you wouldn't know what this is. Um, and then with the initials R Mut, it's a whole play on art culture at the time, because I mean, his name is Marcel Duchamp. R Mut is not like, it's not relevant. So I, well, and through the art direction, asked my mother to help me sew a plushy pillow version of this here sculpture. Exactly, 1-to-1, with the R Mut written on it as well, that I wrote with Sharpie and marker. And then, shout out to longtime homie of mine, friend of the show, Max Ashman. I convinced Max, through my plot and scheme, to sneak this plushy sculpture into the local gallery with a podium and a plaque. And now we link up that morning. We pack the car. We pack some masks just in case, if things go south, put the mask on and then that's your way out. No. But we sneak into the gallery, let alone not quite a sneak in. We just kind of walked in holding it, to be honest. Thought it would be much more suspicious, but it's an open gallery, so you don't need to buy tickets. You just walk in. That's how Canberra goes, by the way. If you're ever looking to no, I'm not going to say that. I'm sure you can connect the dots as to what I was going to say, but I'm just going to say, leave it at that. We sneak into the gallery, and I put the podium on the ground. I put this on the podium, plaque stuck on the podium, and then we walk around again. We do a lap, and now all of a sudden there's a couple people in the room. They're like checking it out. They're like, what is this? Like, the podium was lower than all the other podiums because I couldn't sneak in like, a huge podium. So I just snuck in a cardboard box, folded it into this like podium sized thing and put it on the ground, put the plushy sculpture on there with the plaque and then walked off. And when we did the lap, we came back, the security guard was in there and we were like, fuck, like, how are we going to get this back? Because I don't want anyone else to have it. I don't know what they would have done with it. The security guard kind of goes for a bit of a walk away. We pick up the sculpture, we pick up everything, and we make tracks out of the gallery. Just before we can leave the gallery, this big guy, big belly, t-shirt with the stripes, white hair, kind of looked like the guy that's like, welcome to Jurassic Park. But he was instead like, get the fuck out of my gallery. Yeah, it was really funny. He kicked us out. He told us like, that's absolutely unacceptable. He gave us the whole spiel about like how art here needs to be, paid to be exhibited and this and that. Anyway, I totally heard him. I understood. And we were only really did it there's a photo that we took of the security guard as he's kneeling down, looking at the sculptural work. It's really hilarious, but that's a little cool story. This piece here as well. This is really cool. View Derek Adams, Viewmaster. This little like interesting collage style piece with the multiple textiles. Michaela Yearwood, Dan. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of art. I'm almost like exhausted by looking at all that art. It's also getting really hot. It's really hot in here. I'm going to try and make the fan do its thing because this isn't working out for me right now. Oh, baby, I need this fan right now. Come on, fan. I need you in fan mode. Auto? Let's try that. When I put it on like, damn, it's hot. Bro, nobody told me that Milan gets this hot. Because it's freaking hot. I know I'm wearing a blazer, but like I can't, it's like, I'm so freaking hot, man. I'm dying in here. How does the weatherman do it? Damn. Reporting that the office today is a whole fucking 360 degrees. I am melting. I'm not gonna lie. I just got a bit bored of doing that. I just feel like looking at ChatGPT, looking at these contemporary artists. Call me bipolar, but I didn't really understand any of their perspectives. I could read the image, but like when I think about it, what are they really doing? Like, I don't know. It makes me feel weird. It makes me feel weird because I'm thinking about like Jackson Pollock, thinking about the artists of the time. And I'm like, art is not as relevant as what it was. Now that AI can make art, call that the AI's installation into my mind, the thought of that, like it's not relevant, but definitely makes me feel weird about things. Knowing that art maybe isn't as relevant as what it used to be. And I'm not okay with that. And so I wonder, like, where do we go from here? I think we just start just like the purge. I think we just ought to like get out onto the streets and just start like gunning each other down. Survival of the fittest. Everyone pick up your arms and just like get out there, start arming each other. Get to arming. Get to the arm and foot. No. So don't go killing your neighbor just because Zeke said so. Okay? I'm serious. All right, don't go shooting up your neighbor right now. Okay? You can save that for when it actually goes to shit. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like, where do we go from here? Where do we go with the way that art is right now? And I just feel that like art is in this weird place and has been for a while, where the message and the meaning behind what art was has changed since AI's come out. And then on top of that, you have artists now who are saying they're making art, but is it really art? And then there's the overarching question of like, what is art? Because like when we think about it, there's not always been a defining uh, moment in time. Maybe during classical art was the only defining moment of time when art was really like, oh, when it was like really, eh. I mean that by like opera, like grand. If you didn't catch that, if you're like, what Zeke's losing his fucking mind, I am also losing it, but slowly, so it's even more painful. No, but I think that honestly, like I said, like there's a defining moment. There has been a defining moment when art meant more to society. And I just think that these artists that are maybe making things that aren't culturally relevant, I'm not talking about the artists that we saw just now, okay? I don't mean to offend anybody, but ultimately, the way that art is and does incite conversation, I'm hopefully inciting that same level of conversation within you for a degree. I just realized I didn't have lighting on. Gotta fire my lighting guy. Jerry, yeah, you're fired. Oh man. That's the easiest way. That's the easiest let go I've ever had of an employee. Straight up just tell them they're fired. I wish I had this lighting the whole time anyway. Sorry. So I just think that art's struggling to be relevant. The world right now is struggling to be relevant. I think there's a few key people in the world that are doing the thing, and it's really admirable to see that. But I still think that it's going to take something. It's going to take something more. It's going to take another little shift into another stage of what this is in the art world, in the world in general, for us to start seeing things in a different way. And I don't know. I don't know if we'll get to that as well before the aliens invade and the nukes start dropping and Donald Trump starts supporting Prime energy drink, and then who knows what happens after that. I would hate to see what Donald Trump's like on Prime. He's already spiked up and jazzed up as is. And the dude's already just on, I don't know, what is he on? Like political drug. What do politicians take? Just like freebase coke, something like that. But so I don't know. I don't know. The world is in an interesting place right now. And like myself as an artist, and hopefully yourself as well, if you're watching this as an artist, it's definitely a moment to question your ethics and your morals, and maybe to like strip things back in a way, because there's so much that's happening in the world. And I just think that you need to pay attention, but also you need to pay attention to yourself. As a mix of both, where I think that you can become too distracted. So I would say like try not to be like so distracted by the things that are happening. Like we're just going to talk about aliens in a moment, and we can go into some of the detail of that. But there's a lot going on in the world, and sometimes it's just the smaller things that is better to pay attention to, because now we can pay attention to so much. Like I was at an exhibition the other day, and this guy said this fact, and I was like, "This is the wildest! Isn't this crazy?" This guy said this thing, and I didn't even believe him if it was true. I thought he was lying to me. I'm like, "Person, Mister Italian man, you're lying to me. You're lying right to my face." He said that back in the day, this is a while ago. Okay, little just after when the dinosaurs died. No, a bit more than that. In a classical, in the classical time, people um, were only exposed to 20 images in their total lifetime. 20 images, like visual depictions of something in the form of painting, like drawing, like things like that. Okay, if you had the one loophole I thought is like, what if you had access to pencils? Okay, because I know that pencils were around. Or what if you drew an image in the dirt? But what he means is like well constructed, like designed images. So like an advertisement and things like that. Obviously, they didn't have advertisements for like the local guy, the local goat farmer down the road who's making goat's cheese. You just knew that he was making goat's cheese by word of mouth. Okay, there was no signage back then. So we're talking about before signage times. And he told me that we may have only ever seen 20 images. And that's just wild to me because now it's like you can wake up in the morning and within 30 minutes, you've seen like 1,000. Okay. And each is something different. Like that's the worst thing about Instagram, I think, is to be honest. I think Instagram is like the most toxic platform. All right. Because it's so smart. Like it listens to you. Like if I repeat, like, what should I repeat? Like if I say like, all right, I'm going to test it out. I'm going to test it out for real. What should I say? What should I say to it? And then check the algorithm. I like turtles. 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 All right, I've spoken it into the phone. All right. Now, when I finish this topic, we're going to go into Instagram on my phone and we're going to look at the explore page just to prove to you that this device is listening to you at all times. I hope I get disproven. But Instagram is definitely like one of the worst. There's so many things now that you can do on it. You can react to everything. You can react to stories. You can like micro react to things. There's like every month they're adding something new that's like mimicking part of what we do in human behavior. It's almost like they're plugging the little synapses in our brain. You know, it's like our brain naturally did these things, like react to things when we saw them, laugh, react, like heart react, like, oh, when you saw like a friend post a picture, like rubbing his girlfriend's big toe, and you're like, oh, that's so cute. Like, I love that. Um, wild example, I know. Shout out to all you just like out there with pictures of you like holding your girlfriend's big toe. Imagine that on Photoshop. Anyway, you can imagine that in your spare time. You're like, the fuck is wrong with Zeek? This is the most inspired podcast on planet Earth, okay? So yeah, like they're just, I feel like they've got it all on point. Now that I finished that topic, let's go through. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the Instagram here. You want to see Zeke's feed on Instagram? Oh, I'll show you. I'll show you my feed on Instagram. You're gonna see a whole lot of. I don't know what you're gonna see. You see that? That's my feed right now. All right, I'm gonna scroll with you. I could probably do this on the computer, but we're gonna refresh it. All right, we're refreshing it, and if we see one turtle-related thing, okay, nothing there. It's safe. It's pretty safe. This is, since we last spoke, the most inspired podcast on planet Earth right now. Looking through the Instagram Explore page after we just spoke. I like turtles. I like turtles. I like turtles to it. Looking to see if it brings up a turtle. Whole lot of design stuff, garments. That is almost a turtle, but not quite. It looks like just a stack of potatoes. Turtles do like potatoes. So there's some relevancy there. But okay, we're going to refresh it one more time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swipe out the app. I'm going to say, I like turtles. Well, what about something that's more marketable? Like, I'm looking for like a new desk lamp. Really need a new desk lamp. Oh boy. If Instagram showed me a desk lamp, I think I might just spend thousands of dollars on a desk lamp if I see it on my Explore page. The one thing I really want in life is a desk lamp. Okay, let's check this out now. Give it some time to kind of warm up. I don't know what you got to do, like a ritual or something. Rub it a little bit. Usually it's like, I feel like it's not immediate as well, right? So maybe in the next hour, I'll see a turtle and then freak the fuck out. And then I'll see like a turtle desk lamp and I'll be like, oh my God. Let's have a look. All right, we're gonna check this out. Everyone, you're on Zeek's Explore page. Very exclusive look here at my Explore page. Refreshing the Explore page, and well, there isn't a turtle. There isn't a desk lamp. Just shoes, bags, Simpsons. Yeah, no turtles. Well, I hope I didn't disappoint you, but like, I'm still not adamant that this thing isn't listening to us. Okay, and that's my point. Um, the fact that I can't be adamant or not that as to whether this thing is not listening to us or not is exactly the reason why you have to be careful, and exactly why I think that it's important to protect yourself, like your attention, because the way that Instagram and Facebook has all these reaction things now, it's almost like our attention is the currency and the commodity. So now, instead of bartering on selling you a product, it's like they found the loophole where humans became the product to be sold and resold. That's the one thing that's always like, people are like, Zeke, get on TikTok. Get on TikTok, Zeke. Get on. I'm like, no, no. I have TikTok videos out, but I always feel like I'm doing something so bad. I don't know. Like, I put out clips. This will probably get clipped. Okay. To be honest, I clip the episodes. All right. Arrest me for that. But I clip them because they're funny. I clip them because they're relevant. And I clip things because I feel like someone needs to hear this segment of the episode. I don't know if y'all have the attention span to, or even want to sit through a full episode, all right, while you're folding your clothes, like you should be doing. If you haven't done that already, get out there and fold the clothes that are on your couch, on your bed, all right? Messy bed, messy head. Um, Quote me on that. But as my bed's not really messy right now. But anyway, back to the what I was talking about, back to the topic at hand here. Another app that I feel like, one that's like people use out there, and I'm always like, when I hear someone using it, is Snapchat. Like, what if you're above the age of 17? Why do you have it on your phone? I just, are you still sending nudes? Like, what's going on here? What's happening? What, just like Snapchat, you're still sending nudes to your coworkers at work? You're like, Melanie, nice, nice tits, Melanie. Like, I don't know. I just think that Snapchat is one of those apps that I thought was only for adolescents that are like, care about streaks or social status in that way. I still care about social status, but in different ways. Okay, I'm trying to be the flyest in the room. Okay, not the most snapped out in the room, or Snapchatted, streaked out, or whatever the colloquial, whatever the term is for it. But Snapchat is one I don't use. I know some people out there use it. Some people probably swear by it. No disrespect if you do, but honestly, disrespect to you, because you should delete it off your phone immediately. Another one is obviously Facebook, which is still relevant. I find some cool news on Facebook. Recently, I've been getting a lot of like parasite things on Facebook, which is just traumatizing. Okay, there's a lot of these like, I don't know, these parasite gurus. You just you got to be careful what you rabbit hole into these days, because it's like, if you go too deep into it, it's like all of a sudden the phone thinks you're like some kind of maniac, or that you're interested in something that you're not. That's impossible to deny because the phone knows you. It's like, it's like a lie detector machine, but it's even worse because it's the algorithm. You're like, I swear, I never looked at that. I never looked at that in my life. And the phone on your explore page is like all pictures of it. It's like, really, buddy? What does this say? This says otherwise. You're like, no, no, I swear to God, I only tapped it one time. Oh, now I guess if someone wants to ID you, they do what they did with what we did just then. They look at your Instagram Explore page, and they can dictate what exactly is happening to you. So I don't know. I just do I think social media is healthy or not? I think that there's healthy examples and healthy uses of it. I find so much inspiration off Instagram. I actually take screenshots. I know you can save on Instagram, but one thing that I've done is just made this other ecosystem in the tool where I take a screenshot of something, and then it saves to my camera roll. I can use it for building my own art boards and mood boards. I know that's really specific to me, and if you're not an artist, then like it's irrelevant to you. You're like, why do I need pictures of all this shit on my phone? So you might use something else. But everyone's a collector in some way or another. I think that everyone has a bit of this art mode in them. I know I have conversations with friends that are like, I'm not artistic, I don't draw, I can't even draw a stick figure. That's a lie. Everyone can draw a stick figure. But people say that they're not artistic, and I'm like, well, that's true. You might not be a painter, you might never want to touch a paintbrush, but I mean, at some point in their life, everyone's thought about it. Everyone's drawn something, okay? Also, I think it's a good thing to be able to know how to draw. It could save your life. Like, what if you're trying to speak, you can't speak Japanese and there's like someone dying in a burning building. You've got to draw the building and the fire and a little dude in there. Okay, then you're gonna be like, see this happened now. And the guy's gonna be like, oh, okay. What are you gonna do if you can't do that? You can't convey a simple message of someone being stuck in a building, burning alive. The only way you can save them is by drawing like a fireman. And speaking of a fireman, speaking of someone that's saving a burning building, as we're down right here on the pod,
Bro,
Pasquale comes to put out the flame.
yeah, you weren't fumbling, were ya?
No, we were following a little like topic here. I was talking about like social media. Um, but how are you, my guy?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I've
That's
just been
very
doing some
cool.
mixing, some mastering. Just
Nice.
had a feed, locked in, got home. Um, yeah, opened up my laptop because I got to do some stuff, some just chores, errands, that sort of thing.
Taking
Get
out the
everything
taking out the
sorted out, and
garbage.
I was like, "Fuck, I should jump on and say hello to Zeke."
Yeah, my guy, like
Yeah,
just whatever, like we can chop it for 20 minutes until your
yeah,
alarm
beauty.
rings for the cake in the oven, but
No cooking this week, bro.
Drew man had the tomato soup, which sounded
Bro, that was
delicious to be
crazy.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
run it
What
on the back, bro.
I'd
Nice
love a
big
tomato
hot,
soup for
nice
real.
big hot bowl of tomato soup, lad.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. What do
Yeah.
you pair it with? Like some garlic bread?
Yeah, no, so like I got a French baguette.
Oh
They
yeah.
got like at Maruba Junction, they got this like French bakery, bro. So nice French baguette, just cut it
Mm,
up into little sections
yeah.
and then get some provolone cheese and just like
Oh, some
grill that on
provolone.
top, bro. So they're like little dip type doings. They're
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like your main is like aperitivo, but like any time of the day. Like you
Yeah.
structure your food. I feel like you structure your food like as if it's aperitivo, like with the extra additions, like some little cheeses and some things like that.
Oh,
Do you feel
most
like that's
definitely.
how you kind of do your meal plan?
No, no, no. I
Okay.
just eat whatever I enjoy, bro.
Okay.
There's no rule, there's no plan to it. It's
Okay.
just like
Yeah.
what I'm
You
vibing,
consult.
bro.
You like consult the Tony Soprano for like the recipe. You're like, that's gabagool every time. Anyway, that's the
Yeah,
easiest
that's it,
fucking.
bro.
Yeah.
Gabagool, that's just the snack.
Yeah. For real.
It's just permanently in the fridge.
It's gonna
It's just
unlock
like every
rotation.
time mandatory like mouthful, mandatory slice every time you walk past the fridge.
Yeah, yeah, that's like a dangerous thing. Like if you're an Italian and you have a studio, trying to avoid the gabagool binge,
Oh, yeah,
s-
bro.
keep a refrigerator
You
out
just
of your
gotta just
studio.
not have it in your house.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I've seen it yet, but I'm sure I'm missing it because I go to the
It's
supermarket. There's
it's
like
called Capicola.
gabagola. Okay, okay.
Capicola, like
Oh,
CA.
capicola. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Okay, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay, it needs like a Tony Soprano sticker or something on it. They should just make that.
yeah.
Just a picture of
So
his
you know what
face, like.
it is.
Yeah, the supermarkets here are always kind of wild to me in that way. Like, there's definitely the selection of cheeses. I know that cheese sections in Woolworths have gotten more and more explosive,
Yeah.
and
They
like
got like the deli sections now.
they do be
Most
having the
like
delis.
yeah.
Yeah, what's the sitch there
That
like with supermarkets? Is
sorry.
it what's the sitch there feeling like with supermarkets? Is there like an apocalypse happening right now still, or like
No, no, we're all
okay?
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
we're
good.
all
Yeah,
gravy.
yeah. Because like I'm like I feel like every now and then Australia could shift into like world apocalyptic mode. Then all of a sudden
Bro,
there's no
literally,
toilet paper
everyone was
anymore.
freaking out. Yeah, everyone was freaking out over petrol for like a week or two, but
Yeah,
even
yeah,
petrol's kind of In the major cities like where we are, bro, like I'm in Sydney,
Yeah.
petrol's sweet. I've heard
Okay.
like more like rural towns, it's sort of been a bit more of an issue, like
Yeah.
diesel and things like that. But
Okay.
um,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
I
in the
guess
city,
like,
it's pretty chill.
man,
Like
I
other
wouldn't.
than it being expensive, like you can always access it. You know.
Right. Right. Is it
Yeah.
still? What is it like? It's got to be like $3 a liter by now.
I think diesel's up there, like $3 a
Okay.
liter. I
Damn, it's
think
a
yeah,
bad
like
time to be
like
a
a good
truck driver.
premium petrol is probably around like 210 or something.
Okay, so it's kind of
Yeah,
hovering now. I remember there was a
yeah,
time when it was 250, and that was killing me every time. I was like,
yeah,
bro, what? Maybe I'll just go and like siphon, like suck someone
yeah.
else's suck someone else's 98 from their fucking Honda Civic.
Oh shit.
Siphon the gas, bro. Yeah,
Old school
yeah,
gangster
damn.
way, bro.
Yeah, there's some really nice cars driving around Milan actually these days. Every now and then I see like a really nice like
Too many Ferraris.
obviously, yeah, 100%. There's
Mm,
some really nice Ferraris. I usually see this like F40 Ferrari F40. I
yeah,
think it's let me remember
pull it
which
up.
one it is. But yeah, and it's such a nice one, bro. There was like there was
Is
one.
that like the old school?
Yeah, I believe so. Like it's really like got this like James. But oh wait, no, not the F40. No, people would have lost their minds.
F40
F40's
gangster. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that if I saw that, I'd lose my mind. No, it wasn't that, but it was some of the new ones.
That's more modern.
Maybe it was the 50. I feel like it's one that's been on like in the James Bond, not the F50 either. This is still another like these are like classic. It's maybe not like a classic, but this is a sick whip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're pretty gangster.
what is it? Maybe it's the F12. There's a Ferrari store here. You've seen? I don't know if you've seen it in Milan. I don't know if there's many around the world, but and they have this like vending machine. It's open 24 hours mostly, and they have like you can, it's got this rotating thing, and you like buy a Ferrari. You're just on the street. You just like buy a little Ferrari thing. Now, anyway, I think it's like a genius kind of marketing thing. The line is always huge.
What type?
You buy like model cars, like little model cars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of dads there, like fucking, fucking line, miles of just every dad in Italy just like lining up to get their freaking model car.
Yeah, bro. They're
Yeah.
gonna take that back to their nephew on
Oh,
fucking
bro.
Christmas and like, yeah,
Just see what. Can't
beat
wait to tell my nephew not to touch the model car. You take it to him, you're like, da, 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 da. He's like, I want to take it off. I used to unscrew them and shit. My dad would lose his fucking mind.
No,
I used to find them off
what
the
take
shelf.
it out of the case?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's so bad, bro. It's so evil. He just like catch me like with the rally car in the dirt, and he's like, I'm like, look,
but
it's what it's
a
supposed
car,
to
like
do. For real, I'm putting it in its natural habitat, bro.
that's it.
But yeah, that's a funny thing. I always also get lost with like awe whenever I'm near. Yesterday was the first time I walked to Duomo, and I like spent some time looking at the castle, even though I was just walking past. And it was crazy because I'm on like a brisk walk and I'm paying attention to the sculpture, and I'm like
Yeah.
every marble statue on the Duomo castle is different, is unique.
Mm.
Like that thing is I can't even like it's insane how detailed it is.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and the fact that
So,
every
like,
character on there. Mhm.
There's a lot of crazy
Oh man,
around it.
yeah. It's so, but like the fact that there's different sizes, not just one size. There's like little miniature ones, and then there's big ones. But every single one is different. There might be a duplicate, but it's fooling me.
They
Like,
know all hand.
yeah. I'm just like, bro, this. I mean,
They like
this is,
getting out
it's so wild.
duplicates.
And then someone told me the story about like the gold statue on the top. Do you know the story about the gold statue on the top? How the mafia stole it?
No.
There's this crazy story. Let me get Uncle Gemini here to tell us it like we at the barbecue cookout. But from what I heard, let me just check here. I think it's like the Mother Mary, the statue. Um, this was obviously like back in the day when the mafia were more prominent in Italy. Let's see. Thankfully, oh, it's not true. Damn, what, bro? I just got sold on this, and then
Oh,
someone,
no
this
way.
guy fully had me. Oh wait, maybe it means now. Wait, the rumor, the adopt a statue initiative, the rooftop Okay, rooftop trespassers. The closest the Madonna ever came to disappearing was in World War II when the city covered her in dull grey cloths for 5 years. Okay, that's not what I was told. I was told I was told the craziest story by this guy. I was painted.
Told you the plot of a movie and
It fully is.
got it still.
If it's not, then he just gave like some. He just gave real like real game like for a movie. Like all my director homies that are out there, like email me because we got this movie idea. Anyway, he sat with me, right? I was sketching in front of the Duomo. This was when I first kind of got to Milan, and I started sketching the Duomo, and I'm sitting in front of it, and this guy like comes and sits next to me, and then he like begins to feed me like Milan history. He's like a local guy, so he knew like I thought he knew all the hot gems about the Milan, but then he continues to tell me this story about how like in the 90s when the mafia were around, they with a helicopter abducted the Mary golden statue from the top of the Duomo and held it hostage against the country in ransom for an amount of money to then have it returned. And it became this whole like thing. But it was a wild story. I believed him, and I was like, oh my god, that what a crazy thing. I'm like, I don't know, the mafia have done
It, it, it,
crazy.
it might it might be like a story of Sicilian mafia doing that around or something. Maybe that it wouldn't be that actual, but
Like, yeah, maybe it's something that's happened right to a different like same situation. I don't know, but for him to say that it happened from the Duomo is like pretty big. I'm like, that's like
a helicopter too.
dude just flew in all Mission Impossible style. Bum 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 bum. Okay, this is what is this? The post-war pivot and slack of this. Okay, corrupt politicians. The 1970s Sicilian mafia. That's got to be like that's the real mafia right there. Isn't that what the Godfather was? Weren't they Sicilian?
Yeah,
Um,
all the my
My
family's in New York,
yeah,
Sicilian background.
yeah, right. I feel like because Sicilians were like, I think that was some of the first along amongst regular Italians migrants to the U.S.
That's
Southern
Southern Italy's old mafia.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've
Whereas
heard
the
stories about the
Italy
South. Yeah, everyone in the South is apparently crazy. Yeah. Apparently, the Southern Italians. Look at this picture right here. It's legendary. I feel like.
So like from Naples.
How many uncles are in this photo? All the fits, bro. That's crazy. If I
my
saw
relative,
maybe your like double triple grandfather or uncles in this photo. Yeah, if I saw this many people in business suits, I think there's something going on. I'd be like, what's happening right now? What's the Dow Jones is up.
yeah. Actually, speaking of,
Speaking of what?
you've got a jacket on, Dave.
I do, bro. I'm kind of. I've been looking. I've been searching for like a blazer to wear. Like,
What's that singlet?
Hmm?
Ferrari?
What's that?
The singlet you got on.
Oh, it's gonna be one.
Ferrari?
It's gonna be one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd get stabbed if I wrote it on there and walked around with it.
They would just think you're doing
a bit. Yeah. We no, I went to this. There's a market called Via Papignano here. It's like a local market on the street there, and you can find like really sick stuff for like €2, €1. That's the best. That's real, like real flea market. Because like in Australia, they're like, Australians will be like, we have a flea market, and shit's like $100 for like a Levi's shirt with a hole in the nipples.
curated by some.
Yeah. But here it's like we got two of these, two blazers. Like it's made in Italy. Like it's crazy. We're using them for an editorial that's coming up next week, and I got them for like what was it was like less than €10 for two. So
Crazy.
really one's like even nicer than this is like striped, but the other one is like a very soft felt and really nice and heavy, and it's made in Italy as well. It's like another more known brand, so it's crazy. It's crazy because like you find all this stuff that's like made in Italy, and it's just €1 because it's obviously it's
Yeah.
here for them,
Love
you
that.
know. But then you pay a premium price anywhere else. So I do love that. I do love a little bit of a market dig. I love getting amongst the crowds
Yeah.
at the markets. Found this really dope hat as well. Actually, you love this. Found this piece. The Harley Davidson hat.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah,
Corduroy?
like
Corduroy?
yeah, corduroy,
On that.
OG,
Oh,
like
yeah.
old school Harley Davidson cap, like with the little cord at the front. It's
Gangster.
mad. Yeah, it's really dope. Like properly faded. I had to wash it like half a dozen times.
Make your
Make
screen
your screen
bigger.
Huh?
I was gonna
I
say,
was gonna say
make your
my screen.
yeah,
Yeah, or like
the Google thing.
oh, okay. Oh, we can go back to the main room.
Yeah, the main room. That's
That's
better.
better. Yeah.
When you have the other thing open, it like echoes a bit as well.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
No,
that's because I need to mute it. Actually, thanks for yeah. It does. It does have a bit of an echo.
Yeah,
It'll stop now from that. Actually.
oh, sweet.
But yeah. I found all these like cool bags and stuff. Like there's some little bags that we kind of
Where was that?
found.
In Milan.
Yeah, via Papignano, there's like a street market. It's a bit down the ways. Then like yeah, kind of linked with some of the homies that I've met so far in my travels here that we're working with that I'm like working with for the styling for some editorials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to kind of get into that back in Oz. I was saying, on the show just before that, like I'm excited to get back to Australia to kind of bring this idea that I'm having with like the brand and now
Yeah.
like this
Zoodle?
European take on
Yeah.
on style because I'm like, oh, there's a little bit of a pocket that maybe hopefully it's still there when I'm back. But like I have this idea for some shapes and some cuts, some styles that are really European inspired, but still have that skazoodle like street edge to it, like a mix
Yeah.
between New York and European aesthetics.
Yeah, that'd be sick. You gotta run me through it.
Yeah. I
Me
have
through.
this idea. I have this idea
Are you
for like
still, you're still doing a Skazoodle launch?
on the June. I'm trying to launch the hats.
Yeah. Or the you were wearing it last week?
Yeah.
What's
They've been around.
Your
They've
cap?
been, huh?
The Frontier?
The Frontier hat. Yeah. The hat that's destined for travel because
That's it.
It's been across the globe. It will be across the globe with me.
Worldly hat.
Yeah. So the hat inspired by like when I was in New York, and then obviously I made it and had it produced when I was in Italy. So it's got the energy of like what I've noticed in the street and the style. So I'll be excited to kind of drop that. Yeah, that's dropping in June, and then I'll like I have a couple. I have an idea for a quick shoot here so that I can have some sort of like visual, some sort of like campaign for it while I'm still literally here in Milan, which would be really cool.
Yeah, cool. Are you got some friends at school that are gonna with that? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Thankfully, it's like I've met so many, like being that I'm sort of also directing some of this stuff, like my own projects that I've directed. I mean, we shot a street editorial. I had to model for that, but originally I was just directing it, art direction. I ended up having to actually like model for it and then do the production, which was really cool. So there was like this big, you may have seen it. There was lots of layers. It looked like this homeless character.
Yeah, the final boss.
Yeah. There was the final homeless boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was a project that I sort of did some direction in, the creative. And then I'm just working now on like my own editorial with another classmate that we're doing like, if you've heard of Willy Chavarria.
No.
Okay, he's like a Mexican Hispanic designer. and he just had like he recently had a show for the previous fashion weeks, and
Oh
he had
yeah.
like this performance. It was crazy. It was this huge Hispanic show. He had like performing acts and a runway, sort of what we did with Skazoodle, to be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but so anyway, we're doing an editorial in that sort of theme. So I was really Hispanic inspired.
Cool.
Um, that's my own thing. And then, yeah, I've shot like a bunch. But the point is like through doing this, I've met some models, and it's cool because so many of these models are happy to like do good work for free,
Yeah,
like for the sake of
100%.
the vision and a portfolio. Because I
Because
obviously like,
they're also getting, professional photos and experience,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, totally. And
And
like,
the more exposure, the better. Like, yeah, that's like one thing with music that gets kind of like not annoying, but it's like if people collaborated more,
mm,
man, like just for the sake of
yeah,
exposure. Like something that me and Corey have always done, we're always willing to collaborate, like
mm, mm.
for the sake of exposure. I get like if there's a song you don't want to jump on a song that's not true to yourself or whatever.
Yeah,
But yeah, bro, it's always like about that exposure and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and collaboration.
There's like two sides to it. Hey, it's like you have to like protect your image as an artist, but also you have to be able to like be open to take and risks, or like be adventurous.
Yeah, show that you can diversify as well, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like
yeah.
Kanye's featured so many people, right? Like on his albums.
Mm.
And sorry, that's a terrible. Every now and then the fan sounds like it's gonna explode. I gotta like disarm the bomb. I was saying before, like these things, they work. The ACs, they work everywhere except in like when you're on like a holiday or something like that.
Yeah.
When you're on a holiday, it's leaking or shit. There's like tentacles coming out of it.
Yeah,
Like,
bro. You got to
anyway,
do some weird thing to like get it on and off, and
yeah,
yeah,
you have to press three buttons in a sequence order and shit. Like disarm the
yeah.
bomb. It's wild. It's wild. But anyway, like back on topic, like totally. I think with music especially, like the most if you're out there and working with more people, like you're going to then like refine your sound through working on other people's sound, you know
Mm,
um yeah, the best artists were always just outside, you know they were just doing things in the world,
yeah,
interacting with the world.
getting inspired by different things too.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
out here like us on the most inspired podcast on planet earth. You have to try, yeah. And like, you don't, not always, like sometimes it's important, then you got to go back to the studio and concentrate. But
yeah.
there's a balance, definitely a balance between both. Yeah, great art doesn't just exist in the studio. It's like it
No,
needs to get out to the world.
out on the street.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
did you end up watching that video fully through, the one where he puts the rap quotes on the New York street?
no, I got about halfway though. It was sick to see, bro.
Yeah,
Like, I just think that yeah, doing things like that, like, is the easiest way to like let people know that he obviously cares about the culture, right?
mm,
It's pretty obvious, like he dedicated time and effort to doing something that isn't necessarily going to reward him. And I mean, half of those things, like he said, it's like the next day they were gone.
yeah,
So yeah, I think a lot of it is like you have to be able to make shit, not just because of the opportunity for reward.
yeah. Most definitely. You gotta,
Or
yeah, you gotta make shit with the intent for like yourself at heart, not
yeah,
like for like a tangible reward, you know?
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
like, and sometimes I feel like it's like a conflict because you're making something for the sake of an audience, but then
Mm,
you're also like you're the maker, so you have to
yeah,
continue. You have to still be attached with that dynamic.
most definitely. The people get too attached to like the final the final like product, or the final outcome, or the final reward. It's like you hear all the time, it's not like the destination, it's the journey, you know? But it
Yeah, the
like really is.
process.
People sort of like hear that and go, yeah, yeah, whatever. But it's kind of like, man, if I'm putting a record out, I'm working on my album, bro. I'm like working with all these artists and I'm doing this. It's like, yes, at the end of the day, it's to have this, have the record out and to like, share it with the world and everything. But when I'm looking back, bro, I'm gonna be older. I'm gonna look back and go, "I remember when I was with all the homies, in the studio, we're making
Mm.
this and we did this." Like, that's what
Yeah,
that's what it's about, man. Like,
it's
so it's
that
like when you're
process.
content with that, bro. Like, obviously, I want to put this record out, and you know, it engages with who it engages with, and it goes well, and it does all that. But it's like my heart at the moment making it, bro, is locked in.
Mm.
That's what I'm feeling rewarded from. Like I'm feeling
Yeah,
blessed.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely a blessing to be able to like have the opportunity to do something like this or that, and
Mm,
like have the time to be able to create something. But it's the process. That's what it is. Like that's what you're
mm,
saying. I think is that people need to remember that you should never fall in love with the final product or the idea of a final product. You should really fall in love with the time that it takes to get to finality.
mm, most definitely.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then you
because I
can,
feel like
yeah,
it's
like
what makes something great, right?
romanticize the. What word did you just say? You said a good word.
Oh,
The
the
process.
finality,
Yeah. No, the process.
the
Like
process. Yeah,
romanticize the process.
yeah, yeah. That's what we should do more because I feel like if you're in the process more, like, and you're really paying attention and you're like treating the process like it's almost final, which it is, then the project is going to feel like so much more expressive, like so much more
Mm,
you know relevant to you as well. Like when I think to the photo shoots that I've done, I'm like the most fun ones were the ones where I felt most connected to the model and the shoot and the body, like what's happening at the same
yeah.
time. Um, like and then the final photos are like, yeah, they're cool, but I think what makes some of these photos so cool is because we know that, we know that
Yeah, most definitely. You had a
the
good
moment.
time, so when you see them, it like you get
Yeah,
that feeling
yeah,
like
and
of
so the
nostalgia from that, not necessarily like then
mm,
say if you had a different shoot, like yeah, the photos went well, but it was just a shit
yeah,
like
and if it
time to
was like
time.
terrible,
You
the
look back at
vibes.
it and you're just reminded of that and you're like,
Yeah,
so
it's funny because we see that knowing it, and then an audience sometimes can't pick that. But they can always tell. I think you can always tell the genuineness of like an artistic moment, though. That's what makes good art is like that genuineness to it. It's like when you see uh, like an e-commerce photo and then like a really creative editorial photo. They're two different things. There's like one is like really artistic and connected, and the other is like, oh, it's just selling you a product,
yeah,
like for the
yeah.
e-commerce.
It's like even with like music, art, yeah, the
Yeah,
visuals you can see, you can
yeah,
tell.
and
Like
like
you
pop
might not
music.
be able to actually pinpoint or pick out, but you get like a natural vibe.
Yeah, yeah, and
Like
like pop music does
communication
that, right?
is a lot more than just actually saying something. It's like how it's said,
Yeah,
facial expressions, how it's perceived and
yeah,
shown. So yeah, most definitely.
that's true. It's like how that sandwich arrives to your table and how it's looking on the plate, right? When you see
Mm,
that, if it's like it's got character, like there's a bit of sauce. It's not perfect. The plate's got a bit of
yeah,
like some crumbs, some seasoning from it.
yeah.
It's like
It's
that's
like
when it's got
when
real character.
yeah, bro. When you go into the bodega, bro, you want to be like talking with the dude who's making your sandwich. He's
Mm,
up there asking how your day is, this and that. You're
yeah,
connecting. You know,
yeah, because all that's going into the sandwich. You can taste your day.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Instead of it just getting delivered, you don't know where like. It's like got
yeah,
nothing to it.
you're there. You're part of the process. You
Mm,
are part of the process. You're part of the sandwich making process. People used to
bro,
do that at my uncle's cafe. He used to bust his balls. He used to break his balls. He used to hate it.
yeah,
You'd have people in the kitchen. They're like they order like a BLT, and then they come and like they're standing in the kitchen while he's making it, You can just tell he was like a ticking time bomb. His head is like he's like trying
Get
to
out.
make like 3 fucking sandwiches, and the people are there.
Yeah,
They're just like, "Can you believe? Like, let me tell you about something that happened last week." And Dennis is like making the sandwiches. Like,
not in the kitchen,
yeah,
not in
yeah,
the
yeah,
place
yeah.
of
That
work. Yeah,
like in the kitchen, there's a 90-year-old Greek lady. There's him. There's me. There's a sandwich, and then there's this guy trying to tell a story about how he met one of the Wiggles last weekend. It's like it's fucking too much, bro. Too much.
yeah,
So, yeah, that's the one exception is Dennis on a Saturday. But
yeah. When you get back to Oz too, bro, we got to lock in. We'll do a collab album.
I would love to do that, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I got one in the works. I'm going to work on one with Corey. We've got
yeah,
an idea, vision for something,
yeah.
and then we'll do one as well.
I got a surprise for you in the form of a person. One of my friends that I met here is
Mhm.
going to be in Australia, and he's like he's an artist as well. Like
Oh
we
shit!
started we started writing. I told him like I said to him like I'm like Ricky Bobby. I'm
What
like right.
nationality?
He's
Sorry, go.
Italian. He's Italian.
Oh, gangster. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, dog, like if he's there when I'm back as well, and he said he would be, we got to get him in the studio, and
Oh,
that's like
most definitely.
that's Ricky
I want him
Bobby. I
to
mean,
rap in
like,
Italian, bro. I
yeah,
need
yeah.
some Italian rap on there. Yeah.
Maybe on that track that you sent, the
Yeah,
track that
most
I'm on, like
definitely.
that would be wild if like someone just comes in like in Italian like come
I
stai.
would love that, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was funny because I just met Ricky Bobby, and then like, he's like, "Yo, I'm going to Australia." I'm like, "When?" We kept trying to catch up, and I missed him before he left. And then he's like, "When are you in Australia?" I told him June, and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna be there in like July or something like that." Like
True.
July. I'm like, "Bro, that's
How are
perfect."
you back permanently or
Yeah, yeah. Like when I'm back, I mean, I don't know where I'll be at, but I'm thinking it'll be Sydney, and then I'll spend some time in Canberra again. There's a few things that we're lining up. Like, got some cool things in the works between some friends, like an art exhibition that I'm thinking of. I can't reveal too much of that, but there is like an exhibition in the works, which is cool.
yeah, will that be in Sydney or you can't say too much?
Depends where. Yeah, I couldn't really say yet, but it's definitely somewhere about.
You get
Is
that
this
message?
you send a Spotify link? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Check out this dude.
Let's check it
He's
out.
like UK and he like raps he goes back and forth from English to Italian, like back and forth. I
Oh,
think he's
right,
actually
right.
from Milan as well.
He does. Okay, I'm not going to say he does look
I think
from
he's
like
from
Sweden.
Milan, but he lives in London or something.
Let's check him out. What do we got? Caldo.
Yeah, that means hot in Italian, caldo.
Oh, okay. Caldo. Right. Let's
And
check
then
him out.
Fredo is cold.
Alfredo, baby.
Alfredo.
Let's see. I'm gonna load this. Is it echoing badly or no? It's a lot. Although it's not even playing right now. Oh, I don't think it's gonna play.
Damn.
It's gonna keep buffering. It's like it wants to load, but I'm right here next to the router. I'm getting the router. Can you hear it as well?
Yeah.
Wonder. Yeah. Look, if I didn't know better, would've went and put trust in a hole, got more trust in a bank and funds on a go. Bill kicks, I got trust in my clothes. Still sticks
So
to
he's
these
like
far
he
from
raps
clothes.
in like
5 more
UK,
ways to be
right?
rich, me and bro, go and have it.
Yeah, he's like UK, but then he raps in those.
And then he raps in Italian as well.
Yeah, bro. I don't know about that song. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, I think that's
But
that's an old
those-
one year ago. His new stuff is similar to that.
No, his new stuff is more this one that you'll find heavy. Like his non video clip.
Oh man, that's cool. This idea here is pretty sick. Using the sheet and the shadow here. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get nice internet from this. Usually it's alright, but
Try that one.
oh, let me hit that.
Oh, this sounds nice.
I know life gets hard, but the ending's fine. Slow down one step, take time. If you got wrong, then the past say I. Say me, say us, say why. My brakes don't work, but the engine's fine. Tell bro, press down, let's drive. Tell bro, press down and yum. Tell bro, press down, dive out. Work graveyard shifts at Amazon. And bro still move more boxes than I did. See a man's lost from the drops in his eyelids. Seeing guys off if you're stopping my mileage. Patience, should've copped in a...
That's sick. Let's see this link. What you saying? I really like the art direction for that as well. Like just
that was pretty cool. You got to hear him come in. On.
Yeah. 2024.
the Beamer, drop top Beamer. This is Auntie.
That is not.
Give me 5 examples of when
She's whipping it around, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Told them that I'm global, might see Caldo on the atlas. Girls said chill with all these bangers, but it's hard to quit a habit.
Oh my god. She's like, she's actually like all video.
Sono sempre in ritardo. She like, see, what you see in me? I don't know, I'm tripping, I'm with S. He go 3 of each, don't know what we billing. Took my time, she the biggest teeth. My heart needs some filling. Fuck this money.
Imagine bro,
le mani sporche. Bro hai il stick perché non è così forte. Tutto questo citli è noioso. Cazzo guarda come dorme. Caldo non sa fare miss. Cazzo guarda quante bombe. Wanna build a quickie but we running out of road. Situation sticky got me patterned on my coat. Bro just went to ask a couple locals on the road, but I took a pull without it and it's burning up my throat. Sto bene, sono nei quando ero minorenne, sempre lì per bro quando avevo taglia 37. Non è cambiato nulla, 4-5 sul mio piede e fa serie then a menace. He bro click a yard, that's a mortgage from a debit. I don't fuck with effort shit, you have to give him credit. I don't like these cretins, man them love to step on toes when they don't know where you're headed. She like, see, what you see in me? I don't know, I'm tripping.
What's she holding, a cigarette?
Yeah.
Took my time, she the biggest teeth. I need some feeling, fuck this money, I need peace. I'm out the country on a mission. Tutto questo cash legale e non ho le mani sporche. Bro ha il stick perché non è così forte. Tutto questo citli è noioso. Cazzo guarda come dorme. Caldo non sa fare miss. Cazzo guarda quante bombe.
Yeah, cool. I like the aesthetic. Criminally underrated, people said. Yeah. There's a few. I feel like, I mean, Fake Mink as well is like putting out this music right now, and it's popping off like that, like this sort of like that distorted bass, you know, kind of yeah. When that and like the simple loop right there, just some fat bass over it.
Yeah, it's like a nice sample.
Yeah. That's kind of popping off. But yeah, Ricky Bobby will be in Australia around that time, so we can definitely jump on that sort of vibe. That'll definitely be what's up.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah, my guy, I feel like we got a nice little 1 hour 30 minute. We can hit this extend when you have more time.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. We'll jump on in a couple of weeks because we got to go through the albums. We'll do that.
Yeah. When you have the album.
Mine won't be out for a while. We'll jump in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll tap it in. We'll chime in again.
Actually, we'll actually put together maybe a few things to talk about because we could go off on a tangent for forever, bro.
Yeah, we can definitely tangent, but I mean, like, I think
we'll talk some mixed breed, talk the album.
About what's going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to hear a bit more about you and school and stuff as well. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's been pretty good so far. Like I said, I'm definitely excited to get back.
Yeah.
In that way, just because Yeah, I do miss parts of Australia. I miss Australia's most private parts. But I
The
just I guess
women. What about the women in Italy, bro?
I don't. I've had so many conversations about Italian women with like different people. I've had conversations about Italian women with women and with
Mm.
male, and I think the consensus is like, well, Italian women are crazy. I don't know what
Yeah,
it is. Like, I don't know if it's just exclusive to Milan, but they're putting something in the water. There's
no,
heavy metals in the
yeah.
water, man.
The name ends in A. She's probably. I don't want to speak too much on her, but it's
They
probably.
all they all end in A. That's the problem. And
Uh,
Angelina, um, Domenica, I don't know, whatever. That's not even Italian.
Dominica. Dominica sounds Spanish.
That's Spanish. There is a lot of Hispanic women here though as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like the women's situation in Italy, it's like it's beautiful, and for me, I love it at a distance because like I'm like I don't have the time to like for the headache to get involved in that way.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I already like experienced a bit with this with someone that I met, and she was like absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But she wasn't Italian; she was Serbian.
Right.
But
Okay.
shout out to all of my Serbian, shout out to all the Serbian people listening right now. But y'all
Shout
are
out to
absolutely,
Alex from Mixed Breed.
bro. Y'all are
Serbian
crazy,
brother.
bro. I don't know what it is in the Serbian DNA, but does he break in? Does he break into your house? Is that
I don't know, man. Maybe when I'm asleep, and I don't know who he's been
you,
through.
have, you put up
Just
some
like
cameras?
all
You
your cigarettes and your like all your tomatoes are just gone.
okay? All right, yeah. You wake up in the morning, you're like,
He's been
damn it,
through.
bro. Alec came in and fucking stole my cigarettes and shit. I don't know what it is. Yeah, no, she was crazy. She was crazy. She broke into my house.
Oh,
But
she
no,
broke into your house.
yeah. But like the coolest person, like literally like the coolest person I've met, but also like
Mm.
crazy. It's like crazy and cool is like it's a combination. It's always
Well, Zeke,
together.
Zeke turns him crazy.
It
I'm
happens.
crazy over Zeke.
It's the Zeek effect. It's the Zeek
The Zeke
effect. Something about it. Something about it. But yeah, it's
I
cooler. Like
mean, my man's dressed up as a model on a Sunday. What is
that's
it?
how it be.
1 p.m. on a Sunday.
Yep. The
That's
casual,
it.
almost. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
1 p.m. on a Sunday, we got the singlet tee with the chest hairs booming, and then the blazer on.
Freshly
Yeah,
shaved
no,
head.
we keep it fresh. We keep it smooth. um, and then that as well. But it's yeah, I guess like at events, it's great. It's cool to see different fashion tastes. There's
Mm,
like we've recently been like distressing. Well, me and a friend, I had these distressed denim pants,
yeah.
and he was like, dude, I got to cut the pants. I got to cut because it's too hot with the denim pants. And I was like, all right, let's go. Let's customize your pants.
Yeah.
So we got back to class and we both had distressed pants. Like we were like twinning.
Yeah.
He then got asked by someone like another friend. He's like, "Yo, those pants are sick." He's like I want a pair. And then I
Yeah.
said to him, I'm like, "Dude, we should like lock in, buy 4 pairs of denim pants, and distress them, and do an exclusive collection. Do like a
Yeah. That'd
little,
be pretty sick.
capsule 4-piece collab between me and
Yeah.
him." Yeah, that's just how things can like pop off. I feel like in
For
places.
sure, bro. And that's the thing. Like, I think with fashion, as well as everything that's not just clothing fashion, but fashion
Mm,
in general, whether it's interior design or music or whatever,
mm,
it's gotten to a point where it was kind of like minimalist and everyone sort of wanted that, was aiming towards that one aesthetic. But now it's become more like everyone's looking for exclusivity,
mm,
exclusive type things. So
mm.
like having a 4-piece capsule from like you guys to the people who find it is way more, you know, in like, bro, like this is the shit. compared
Yeah,
to
it's
like
like
just
niche.
buying from like
Yeah,
for real.
everyone wants to. Nobody
Especially
likes.
like fashion people, bro. Like if they
Yeah.
can like they're getting their fit pics and they're flexing that and they're like, where'd you get those pants at, bro? They're like, this fashion designer from Australia, he was linked up with this dude in Milan and they fucking
Yeah.
did this 4-piece capsule, like,
Yeah. I'm super excited to even like explore the design philosophy behind it, because we researched some. I went to this seminar. This professor was giving a talk on Italian futurism. I didn't know that futurism was like really big in Italy as it was, but there was a lot of like Italian. It kind of originated for the most part in Italy during the time. There was a lot of like fascists, and futurism was in the mix, and they had this whole like their own philosophy when it came to design and things like that. But I'm trying to like bring in part of that history into the design as well, like, so
yeah,
that to me is like even more fun than to be honest, like, than the idea of it like blowing up, is like the idea of it being something that's so like creatively pure and original.
yeah,
Like that's it to me nowadays. I'm like, if it blows up, it does, but
yeah.
it has to be like original.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about though. I'm talking about people appreciate what you're doing more than trying to make something that blows up. Like
Yeah,
people like, yeah, there's
I
like
feel like
that
I've always done
intrinsic
that.
like feeling to it, bro. That's like
That's the
I
Zeek
knew I
effect,
know for
bro.
me anyway, like yeah, like staple pieces you kind of like whatever, but when it's like you're looking for like a really no, not actually not stable pieces. Like when you're wearing like just basics, you're like okay, whatever. But like when it comes to like proper like one piece, one of a kind, you're like, oh, you kind of want to get it from like a more exclusive, maybe something that's going to last you a long time because you want it as part of your wardrobe for like an extended period. You want to make sure the quality's there and you know, the story and
Yeah,
the love that you have for the piece and the way it was created has that sort of love as well, where you're like, ooh, this piece is like what I want to have as part of my wardrobe for like the next 50 years,
yeah,
not just
yeah.
like,
Like hand
and
it
that's
down to
what
your
I feel
grandkid.
like when you're designing things like that, that's like what you're trying to create.
Yeah, I definitely love to aim for that in terms of like the quality and the timelessness quality of things. Because in the
Mm.
past, like, it hasn't been on my mind, like, and it's cool to be able to like be here and be like, oh, like I really want to appreciate things that are timeless, and that as well. Because I know that like part of the what's so cool about the denim situation is that it's not quite timeless, so it's fun to be on that momentum. So because it comes in like cycles, so
Yeah,
things like that, like ripped denim and that, aren't always in, which is
yeah,
like, it's a fun thing about fashion. But yeah, I definitely hear you. I've had a challenge in my own wardrobe being here, having to like consolidate all of these things that I came here with, and now it's like flipped now, and now I just want to be known to be like the guy that wears like either just minimalism stuff, very little,
yeah,
and like button down shirts. Like, I'm like, I want to just have like 100 button down shirts, all the different colors, like multi
yeah.
pocket, short sleeve, long sleeve, and then like just some really funny like fits where it's like a blazer, shorts, red socks, crazy shades, and like just like singlet tops underneath.
Mm.
Yeah, like just different things. I feel like is on my mind now, instead of maybe where I was when I first got here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
which has
It
been,
shows you're inspired and it shows like, yeah, progression. It's mad.
yeah, it's growth in like some, I feel like
Mm.
when you're addicted to fashion, it's like almost you're trying to discover something, and so you have
Yeah,
to, you have to commit to that and commit to being uncomfortable wearing something to know that it's not for you.
yeah,
So I know, and every now and then I'll like be in a fit and I'll be like, okay, now I know that this silhouette is not for me. Like it's not, and
yeah,
being short is like, bro, that's hard. People, I don't know anyone that's tall that says being tall is hard. Okay, you're a liar. You're a stinking liar.
Unless you're like fucking 7 foot tall.
Okay, if you're outlier, like if you're
Yeah.
Shaq, all right. That's you gotta get shit
Bro's got to
tailored.
get custom made jackets. He can't go to the flea market
Nah,
and be
There's no flea
spending
market for Shaq.
€1 on jackets like you, bro. He's got to get that shit custom made.
Yeah, the poor guy, bro. Fuck, bro. Yeah, but that guy forever for every ice cream ever for Shaq has never seemed like enough. Dude gets the ice cream, can't hold it like in between his fucking index finger and his thumb. Yeah.
He did one bite,
He's like,
coat and all, bro.
Yeah. How do I get one scoop? Fuck, bro. Yeah. So like, there's outliers, but I'm like, it's interesting then, like, because doing research into like proportions and things like that as well, because that's so much more interesting. And like the other day, I was thinking, I had this like thought, and I'm like, it's kind of like, it's like there's levels to the producing of music. You know, there's like basic production where you're focusing on some things, and then at some point in your producer or in your, life as an artist, you figure out how to like zoom in on those minute details. It's like a topic, and then you figure out how that gets deeper. You get like producer, and then there's subcategories, and it goes deeper and deeper the more that you kind of get invested into it. So the same goes with like with styling and that as well. Like the sooner you can kind of like explore and even understand the fact that like things like tucking your shirt in if you're short, and if you kind of throw a belt on the mix, and if your pants aren't baggy, you're going to look 6 foot tall. Like you really will look tall. But the minute you reverse the kind of like polarity,
make the torso longer and the
pants baggy, you're going to look like Eminem in the 90s. And that guy had to be like 4 foot tall. He was looking like he was like a midget. I swear to God. You see Eminem with like a baggy hoodie, like beanie, everything's like bzz, 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 low.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really thankful that like my understanding for things in terms of like clothing and that has really kind of grown, because it was something that
you were definitely gonna take notice of that being in Italy as well, man. Because like you see like the standard Italian fashion since forever has just been like, just picture Ralph Lauren, like what wear like Tommy Hilfiger or like
there's a lot of
like just like the proportions with that.
It's interesting because there's so many like influences now in Milan culture. So like I will say the stock standard for anyone under the age of 23 is going to be like a black leather jacket, like any kind of blank shirt, like denim pants and loafers is like that's one of Milan, but that's just one of Milan's categories. And then there's like, you got the cats who are going to dress with like distressed chains, beanies. They're going to have a Supreme logo somewhere on their outfit. Then like there's like the real fashion mother effers that are like they have like, they're using scarves. They got a lot of like heritage aesthetics, heritage cut things and fabrics. So it's interesting. And then you've got like the purists who have got like a Gucci, fucking like a Gucci jacket, and then all blank, whatever they're pure, whatever they're kind of headlining.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's cool to kind of acknowledge that. And then like the actual true part of Milanese fashion is like, you have a bit of the mix of the purist. You have that simplicity of the, anyone under the age of 23 with like a bit of a spritz of the Supreme kind of kid in the mix. They're like the combination of all that is like, is fashion, So it's really cool.
And yeah, one thing as well with fashion, it's like, it's mad when you're like investigating what you enjoy wearing and you're like exploring that, right?
Yeah.
But then it gets to a point where like, say you see other people, like what other people are wearing, this and that, and it's your thing shifts from like, originally thinking what they're wearing is like, nah, like you're just like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
but then your mind shifts from that to just being like, you
What if?
appreciate what their tastes are. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
it's not your taste, and you understand it's not your taste, but then you
Mm-hmm.
can appreciate someone else for having the taste for that fashion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's being a good listener and just a good watcher, like an observer in that
Yeah.
way. Is that not everything out there is for you, and
Mm.
if there's something there that you like, then you can take an aspect of that. Like the loafers is really cool. I really like the aspect of loafers, and I
Yeah.
think that it's cool to kind of play with that in a fit that you'd otherwise wear dunks. Like instead of the dunks, like switch
Mm.
for a chic loafer, and I think there's this fun dynamic that happens when you mix that. But and that's that's
Yeah.
something that you might see and you'd be like, oh no, that's not really it. But that's also the hilarious part of fashion, is that like there's so much of that pretentiousness, like the judgment side of things,
Yeah. And
because
that's what
part
I
of
mean.
part of
Like you
the
get to it where you're no longer judging, you're just like interpreting, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like even though something's not for you, you're judging that. You're like going, oh, that's their thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you really want to come at it with like from a neutral place, and I don't all the time. Like so, because it's
Mm.
hard. Like uh, so much about knowing who you are is also about like acknowledging the things you don't like. So yeah,
Yeah.
you I think if you're in neutrality, it's good. Like you shouldn't judge someone from what they're wearing. Like you shouldn't do it, but we still do it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
like so you have to kind of just play with that and like know that's still like that could still be a cool person, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm probably not going to connect with them if they're like a maranza, if you know what I mean. Like if they're like a road man.
Skinny tracksuits and fucking
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
TNs,
The TNs, the bum, like they look like
Gucci
they're gonna like steal my lunch money.
hat.
So, I think like in fashion, there's like levels to it, and it's a code. So it's a language, right? Like fashion is a language. So at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like sometimes some people are walking around the city looking like an F word, and like if that's
Yeah.
if that's them,
Eminem in
sure.
the 90s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some people walking around like they're M in the 90s, like they're about to drop a diss track on anybody,
Yeah.
anywhere. Any poor unsuspecting nonna's gonna get hit with just like some crazy diss track, chains.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll throw a stroller at you with a
yeah.
baby in it.
I threw a stroller at a nanny with the baby in it. I threw a stroller at a granny. Hit your auntie with a breadstick. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, and because fashion is a language, it's like you can get offended in a funny way by what someone's wearing. It happens when I notice it when I'm wearing some fits that people are like, why would he do that? Like he can't do that,
Yeah, most definitely.
and that's then where it kind of starts to continue into this way of art, where like
Mm.
fashion is an art form because it has the ability to communicate and be controversial and
Mm.
spark conversation, right? It's like when you're looking at I just had this conversation on the show earlier, like we were looking at a Jackson Pollock painting, and like some people look at the painting and they're like, that's bogus,
Blew it
like
up.
that's not that, yeah. And some people were like, they're like, that's not art, like that's just like, you know. But the way that someone might not consider something fashion or not, there's a similarity in the conversation, in the topics there.
Yeah.
So let's go here.
Well, that's like art with so many other things. Like, what's made you cut his ear off? Van
Oh,
Gogh.
Van Gogh, yeah.
Yeah, like no one fucked his art until I think it was after he died. One of his
Yep.
family members found like he went crazy. But didn't he slowly start going crazy? They found like letters of him writing about, or a journal or something, journals about him writing about each painting and what it meant and everything. And then that's when his paintings just like overnight
When I
became
guess
super famous, and when they put the story with it.
yeah, because all good art needs a story. So
Mm,
that's why, like, when an artist dies, now they're famous because there's a story. It's like,
yeah.
some people think it's controversial, but the fact is like it was missing that. Um,
Mm,
Maybe the artist didn't care about doing that himself, but
yeah.
so it was missing the story. And I guess like that's something that's interesting to even like think about, because in every really cool piece of art that I really fuck with, there's always a bit of a story. If not, it's a whole story. Like Nas Illmatic, it's a
Yeah.
story. It's a story about a young kid overcoming like the trials and tribulations of like living in housing and, you know, growing, and that as well, like staying true to himself and finding himself. Like there's a story in that body of work, and I think, and that's part of the reason why it's so great. And
Most,
I think that's really cool. Yeah, I think that's part of like fashion, is if you can like make a story, that's probably how you're going to make a really great outfit.
yeah.
If you have an outfit that has essence of a story in it.
Yeah.
But this is the
Well,
painting here.
well, I guess that's where like fashion stems from, right? Like these days it's more broad, but like think about back in
Mm,
the day, you would have like the skaters, and they would be in like a particular sort of, fashion sense, and you'd have
mm,
like
mm,
whatever else, all these different like surfers and skaters. I said skaters, painters.
mm.
They're all.
Yeah, and you could identify them almost based
Mm,
like on the street. You'd be like, oh, that's a skater. Oh, that's a
yeah.
surfer.
So
Yeah,
that
they were
was it.
like kind of archetypal characters, but they also did have that story behind them. And then
Mm,
and like, yeah, although I would say that's more like it's more like a uniform in that way. But then
yeah,
some of
true.
them they did start doing things unique, I guess, based on like who the person was. Like I know in skate culture there's all these like hilarious rules, when they talk like don't hold the board mongo, or don't push mongo, don't hold the
Yeah.
board by the trucks. You're a poser if you fucking hold the board by the truck with the wheels, you know.
Yeah.
That was always fucking hilarious to me and things like that. But then yeah, like there's all these like categories. It's like that example of being the producer, and then if you dip into these things and zoom in culture and in like all these different things in life, there's all these zoom ins, and you don't
Yeah.
want to get stuck in one though, because then you become schizophrenic.
In the rabbit hole, yeah.
Yeah,
Focusing on
you
one little
you'll be that.
tiny portion that the wider audience doesn't even fucking notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the
But
hard thing,
attention
I
to
think.
detail is good though, because for the people who do notice, it's like, yeah,
Totally. Like,
I took the effort to, add that little, like,
yeah,
you know,
like that sound
little,
or like that
yeah,
thing, like, and
even
it's
on
and
clothing, like that little, like, eccentric, like, little
yep,
logo or something, or
yep,
yeah,
yep. Yeah, like that cut, or the sleeve has a pleat, the pant has a pleat in it, and so it's I think like part of part of like being sane, like, is that you can go deep into that and then take something and come out back into reality again, you know
yeah,
which is hard to do. It isn't like easy always, like to go deep into like a rabbit hole and then kind of come out with your sanity intact. And this is the Pollock. Speaking of like things that are
yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
So, yeah, get
insane,
into this.
157 million this recently sold for. It's one of like I believe it's one of the highest grossing Pollock paintings that have sold. But yeah, this is this thing like where
So when was this painted? Did it say 1940?
1948. Yeah.
So he's no longer around.
No,
This is just,
Jackson Pollock. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So post mortem, and then like this is the Pollock painting, and I mean, yeah, it's funny because there is like this timeless quality to it. You know, the scale, like
Mm.
it's huge. It's freaking, it's massive. Like
Yeah,
it's a big
you could
painting.
definitely see some like eccentric billionaire like having that posted up in like a giant room above, like, you know
Yeah, like right above the monitors, above his monitors that are trading on the stock market, and just like
Yeah.
his Ferrari's parked in there.
um,
But I think, yeah, these things somehow achieve a timeless quality, and not all of Jackson Pollock's
yeah.
work has that. Like, I mean, the other famous one is obviously number one, Blue Poles. Like, um, this one's like, wait, no, I don't think this is Blue Poles actually. Sorry, Blue Poles is
Yeah.
another one that he's famous
So
for.
what's the story? Do you know the story behind these artworks?
He would just put the canvas on the floor and just like, I don't know where he was coming from, but at the time, like, it was this idea of like art was very contemporary, and he was the purest form of expressionist painting. So thin paint cans. I wonder if it's got like,
Yeah. Because I mean, like,
and he didn't use a brush. He just used like paint gestures, and he had this iconic style. What have we got here? So he did study. He did study under like, it looks like an art master as well, David Alfaro Siqueiros from 1974. This guy has like a bunch of interesting works. And what you'll find is that, yeah, dude, all of these art masters that we know, all of these artists that are like making great work that we know of, were trained by people who were making great work before them.
yeah.
Yeah, there's like the thing with the mentor and how invaluable it is to find a mentor.
It's like I think it's Antibes in France. You had trying to think of the artist's name. Um
Oh yeah. Oh wait, what? Antibes.
Antibes, yeah, that one. Did you mean yeah? And then just type in artist. So like this dude had a villa there.
Okay.
Um there's this artist, I can't remember who it was, but anyway, he had an artist a villa there, and he would have so many artists come through and stay there, like to just literally paint. And these are all like creatives from all walks. You know, they would all like collaborate together. Like they'd be in Paris and stuff. You know, whether they were fashion designers, whether they were like running like the Moulin Rouge, like all that sort of stuff.
Okay. It looks like there's a couple. Technically located a short drive coast and neighboring village. Villa Arson is one definitive artist villa converted into academy to train artists on the Côte d'Azur
Côte
from the
d'Azur.
from the 18th century. There is a few like of these
Picasso, there we
guys.
go. Picasso.
Oh, that's okay. Right.
Type here, Picasso Villa. Picasso's Villa.
Oh, this here, right? Villa Lavigi. This one here is like the master presence. So Pablo Picasso installed his formal studio atelier inside the villa in the spring of 1924. He experimented heavily with visual layouts. He painted directly into the villa's salon and bedroom walls, and it acted as an incubation space for avant-garde artists. Yeah, it seems like
That's
this one.
yeah. So he would bring people in. So they were probably like he was like their mentor, you know.
Yeah, 1924. It's like that's probably like I mean, this one was originally the 18th century. Yeah, but artists have done this for such a long time. I think it's crazy. Obviously, you see
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I'm trying to find what.
Villa Lavigi.
VG. Yeah.
I mean, this has to be what you're talking about in Antibes.
Yeah. In Antibes, yeah. Villa La VG, yeah.
Yeah, like he wouldn't have set up in multiple places. I don't think. Like,
No.
So
It's
so
just
yeah.
like over his lifetime, there's a few that are coming up.
Oh,
So
okay.
like it had one in Cannes as well.
Oh, right.
Cannes just had their music, their not their music, their film festival recently actually.
Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that there was some films that there was a video on YouTube. I didn't watch it though. Did you watch any of the films?
No, I just saw a couple things on Instagram. I didn't really
I watched
delve.
recently The Passenger with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, good.
Oh, bro, such a good movie. Yeah, definitely. I think Jack Nicholson bought the rights to it as well, so that he owns the. He said it's one of his favorite films that he's ever made.
Right.
Yeah, and I can see why. It's hilarious in his way. Like it's like I think it's this like dramatic view of who Jack Nicholson really is. What is this? This is not it. I think it was 1984. Yeah, really dope movie. I really liked it though. Yeah, the passenger, 1975. It's this hilarious scene. He gets stuck out in the desert with a Land
True.
Rover, with this sick Land Rover. Yeah, the intro to the movie is so like there's like no words, very little words in the intro to the movie. It's so interesting at setting it.
I mean, that's like the start of A New Hope as well.
Yeah,
Like the first like half of the movie until is just fucking C3PO and
yeah.
R2D2 just making beep noises, bro.
Well, it's funny. It's funny how people are like, they're like, Star Wars is really just about R2D2. You heard that? It's
Yeah,
like
because
because
he's the main character at the start.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. People are like, he's like and he's been there for everything. Like he was there, like he was with Anakin and then Obi-Wan and fucking the Clone Wars. So I recently
Yeah.
watched Maul. You seen that new animated one that came out?
No.
Bro, that shit
About
was
Darth Maul.
good. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like anyone that's like, if anyone cringes when we talk about cartoons, okay, what are you talking about? You're on the most inspired podcast on planet Earth. Okay, we're talking about everything and anything.
Wait,
And like
yeah, that's it.
that
Bro,
was good.
cartoons have soul in them, bro.
Yeah,
Disney movies, bro, they get you crying, they get you thinking about life and love
yeah,
and family.
yeah.
Bro,
Up really got me, bro. Up that movie is forever
bro,
a movie that is gonna stick with me.
yeah. My missus hadn't seen it. I showed it to her about a month ago, and she
Did
was
she
like,
cry?
"Yeah, bro." Like 10 minutes in, she was like, What are we watching?" Like full
Yeah,
tearing up. She was like, "Fuck
yeah,
you."
yeah. Did you have you watched Hail Mary?
No.
Okay, it's this one with Ryan Gosling. It's one that everyone's like, I don't know, everyone's going crazy about it. People are saying that like if you don't cry, you're a psychopath. Oops, not Hail Mary, the thing. Because apparently it's like so sad, it's so dramatic. It's very dramatic. I don't know if I'd quite say. I guess it's kind of sad.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
like a
know.
space movie.
It's like a space odyssey movie. Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
alone in a spacecraft. I don't want to spoil too much of it. It's cool. It's definitely a good movie. I feel like people cry when they just look at Ryan Gosling nowadays, though. Like I don't know, there's something about his face makes
Just like
it's like oh my
just
god.
like melt into his eyes and just tear up.
Yeah, something about it. He is a very captivating guy. I mean, like my favorite movie of his is A Place Beyond the Pines.
I haven't seen that one either.
I'm always going to that movie. It's always on my mind as like a bit of a reference point. It's a pretty cool movie. He actually fully did fall in love with, I can't remember what's her name, this actress during the filming of it, during when they were making the movie.
Right.
She was like, it was so easy to act like we were in love because we were really in love. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute. But it's a great movie. It's definitely one that's good to watch with the missus. Yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Let
I
me
definitely
take
recommend it for that.
just take a little quick snap.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd love to like work on as a stylist and some of the art direction now, like on a movie, in that way. I think it'd be really sick. Be really sick. Some of the things that are on my bucket list to do is like I really want to shoot an editorial for Balenciaga. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Obviously, Louis Vuitton. I want to do I'd love to do like a campaign, or just with Vuitton. It's like anything. I fucking I don't care what it is with Louis
I'll bring
Vuitton.
the coffees.
I'll draw art on the coffee cups. For like
Yeah.
so I'm just like, for Vuitton, it'd be cool to work in any means for some sort of project. Um, but yeah, because I was like, man, art directing is like you get to do a bit of everything, like because I love that. And like shout out to Adam from Studio Killer for really being like the first person that kind of even exposed me to this
Yeah,
whole
shout
thing
out to
about.
him.
Yeah, shout out to other Adam. Shout out to Adams across the globe. Shout out all my
That's
Adams.
it.
Um, yeah, because that's I think art direction is something that's critically undervalued and underappreciated because it's so important to so that you have things that stick with culture.
Yeah. So what were you saying you'd love to do for a movie?
Man, I guess like, oh, what was I saying? I guess I'd love to do the styling and the art
Styling.
direction. Yeah, for a movie, and then even just working on a movie, I think it'd be really cool. I
Bro,
obviously like,
imagine if you got a um like an Oscar for the what would the Academy Award be for the like the movie's like style or whatever?
yeah, it'd be like for maybe like the arts. Yeah, it'd be something towards regarding
Yeah,
the
the
art.
styling. Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
Art and movie style. That would be really sick. That would be sick. I'd love to work on like a comedy, but like it's really stylish, like in some
Mm,
way. Like it's like just a funny movie in that way. I'd really love to do that. But yeah, yeah. There's definitely a few things. I think what's in front of me is definitely like the idea and the being able to shoot editorials, if not for a brand, literally for Skazoodle, and being able to
yeah,
do that now and like and understand. I understand that what to do, like
yeah.
how to communicate that idea and who to direct in what way. So yeah, I'm really hoping that that's
It's
something
like
that I can get into.
we gotta get organize. Yeah, we'll do a sit down when you're back business meeting. You should
Mm.
do. We'll get you to shoot something for Mixed Breed as well. That'd be
Yeah,
pretty dope.
yeah, I'd love to get Illy on the cam and then bring in young Sway, and
Yeah,
we can shoot like a project because there's some ideas that I think could come up that'd be really cool. Like there's always some classic tropes like having you all sitting on the porch like you're hanging out somewhere, and then that's
yeah.
the start of the video. Yeah, but it could get even like we should Slipknot a house, dude. You know the Slipknot music video?
Nah, I haven't seen it.
Oh my god, there's a Slipknot music video. I'll bring up the clips from it, but they literally destroy a house
That'd be pretty sick.
during the music video. Yeah, it's like a mad party. Um, it's hilarious. Um,
Just like find a house that's gonna get knocked down, and just like
Yeah, I think that's what they did. Like they bought this house that was going to be destroyed, and then they destroyed it and got in so much trouble. It was hilarious. Yeah, yeah. There's some. Yeah, damn. What is it? It was a hilarious thing, but video recorder for Duality. Yeah, there was so many people, bro. Just like there was just old cars. They're like jumping around on cars and shit. Like just destroyed this house totally. It was so funny. Um,
definitely
and
one way to make noise, bro.
Yeah, and then this is them. Like we could get you guys in like costumes and shit. Like that would just be
Yeah, like
hilarious.
Wu-Tang
You know?
shit, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Like or dressed up as like a bunch of like horror movie villains. Something just even if it's just something completely original. Like yeah, yeah. There's some really cool. It looks even like the numbers here kind of like Margiela inspired, which is really funny.
Yeah,
So like those number with the circle.
those
So
numbers they got. Yeah,
yeah, like you know how Margiela has the numerical thing and then the one
yeah,
zoomed in. It's really funny like that. So yeah, yeah, we definitely cook something. It's important because you guys are all a bunch of artists, and I think it's important that you kind of show that, you know.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I was saying before, it's kind of this the world that we're in also is like so challenging for art now because it's like the mode of communication is changing and people aren't as interested in all art as they were because now it's like
Mm.
because AI can make some stuff. And I don't want to delve into this whole thing and get existential about AI, because I do think mostly positive about it. But I just think the way that it has changed the conversation about art is puts even more importance in like making things that are truly artistic.
Mm. Well, it's going to quickly separate who's actually, you know, got the talent, I guess. So,
How do you feel does it
but
direct anything to mixed
in the
breed
same way, though,
or?
maybe not, because it's like if people can sort of, in whatever realm they're dabbling in, if they can, you know, in a sense, make it through the use of AI, then that's what's going to happen. And there's going to be people who are, constantly struggling doing their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll get to a point where, they can't handle the drive anymore.
Yeah, or they're not being supported by the
Yeah.
industry. And
That's why, like, you gotta make it from the heart, like, to bring it back to what we were saying when I first jumped on, like if I'm making music for myself and to collaborate with my friends and to then also have the ability to share that with the world, whoever it resonates with or whatnot, like I'm always going to be doing artistic stuff, whether it's music now to whether it's me, cooking for my grandkids when I'm older. Like, I'm always going to have that sense of like creativity in my life because it's not the reward, it's the process of it.
yeah, so that's
It's like
yeah.
all these people who are only in it for, say, the reward, and they're taking shortcuts and they're using AI and doing this. They're like, the process of it is not really, they're not getting the same love out of it for themselves, which
Yeah, I
which
wonder.
is like a true shame. You know what I mean? Like, you're over in Milan, taking it all in, bro, enjoying life. Like, it's a blessing for you to be over there and like have the
Yeah,
opportunities you've got at the moment.
yeah, no,
It's
yeah.
it's not anything that AI can really replace the
It can't
inside,
replace the drive.
like it can
Yeah.
affect the outcome at the end, the result. But like, man, like if
Perspective
you're an
wins.
artist or a creative, you're doing that thing for the love. You're
Yeah,
not doing it. You're doing it as that's your life,
yeah,
making that stuff, not
yeah,
just the reward.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
it,
Yeah,
it
I
will.
guess
It's yeah,
perspective
very
wins.
interesting.
Like if
Perspective
you
definitely
if
wins,
you if
bro.
you have a perspective, like that's what is employable, and that's what like people will support, is like a real perspective. Like, and I think there's plenty of artists that don't use AI, and in my opinion, their work is shallow and it's just a product of the culture, like and it is a shame, because I do think that like if you're going to be an artist, then you may as well try and make something that's really original, or at least try and explore something. And yeah, that's that topic, I guess, where you can approach it from whatever angle you want. That's the one thing about art, and it's always like when you see people that are just in it to kind of read what's happening in culture and then like regurgitate something or make something that's uninspired. I'm always like, what you have this like you put all this effort into making something that's just the same, or really just really shallow, you know.
Mm.
So I personally think that that's something that I would call out, and I'd be like, yeah, you should, you know, I know that it might sell and that's great, but if it's selling, that's good, because you should try and consider pushing yourself in a direction where you're striving for originality, not being afraid because you're making money and becoming a product of the system. Because at the end of the line, I think that when your identity was just something that was copying everything that you're seeing around you, you realize that you were nothing. for your whole career, and then that to me is like it's a waste of good talent. So
Yeah.
there's a few people in that I'm kind of watching, and I'm in hopes that they're gonna emerge more, and that they'll continue to work on what they're working on, but then continue to kind of push for something that is original, something that isn't just trying to look for likes and comments and this and that, because you
Mm.
know yeah, that although that's something that I feel like we think is important, like we said, if it's really real, people are going to connect to it. So you have to trust what you're doing is real, and go for that.
Yeah. Do it for yourself as well.
Yeah, and like this
Yeah.
whole influencer pandemonium that's happening nowadays, like clavicular and stuff. I'm like, it's hilarious to watch, but I
Yeah.
hope, I hope, I know that some people aren't watching it because they think it's funny, they think it's genuine, and
Yeah.
although I get it. Like, I respect Clav for doing what he's doing, and like having a voice, but also I'm like, there's certain things like where, and I don't know if he's ever considered himself like a role model, but like for young people and people who are considering doing this thing that's an influencer, there's definitely a healthier way that you should go about it. That that
Mm.
doesn't end you in 50 years, and you just like look back on your life and you're like, what did I do? I streamed like my life away. You know,
Yeah.
like you kind of everything fell through like a sieve.
Mm. But I
So
mean, all these influencers, they're like sort of like the next Kardashians type thing. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
cameras on them, all those for like literally doing nothing.
yeah, they're not doing much. Like
No.
they're at a party. I don't know. They're picking up chicks, and it's funny to watch. It's like a sitcom.
Have you seen that one where they're at like some influencer party? It's like a video. And they're like every single person they're streaming, and it's just like groups of people like in clusters around the room, like
Yep.
all like being streamed, bro.
Oh
It
God.
looks it's so fucked.
Oh my God. I don't know what's worse, an Epstein party or that. Definitely an Epstein party. But like it's like that thing. It's like, really, this is like absurd. Like,
Yeah,
it's crazy. I just think that
it's like proper NPC like behavior, bro.
yeah, some people are really like out of touch, and then those people all find each other and then start beating each other's cheeks with hammers.
Yeah,
And it's like, dude, if good looks are that important to you, then, and if like it's important to me, like I'm critical on myself, but like I don't beat myself with a hammer. And also, like, if that was the most important thing to me, I'd be so shallow. I would
yeah.
have to be like so uninterested in things.
It's it's
Um,
like it's like you want to romanticize, obviously physically like looking good, right?
mm,
But that goes into aging and everything as well, like
yeah.
being stylish into age and how
Hmm.
like it's grace, right? Right? You're like being
You want to
graceful
age gracefully, and
compared
romanticizing
to
is a
like
good way to
these
say.
people who are literally like everything is all just about looks and like that's it. It's like, bro,
Yep.
you're gonna have a really hard time when you're fucking like
Yeah,
50
yeah.
and you're just getting surgeries on surgeries just to fucking keep like, you know,
Yeah, I mean, or you won't, but like you might be 50 and you'll be like, damn, like, is this the life that I wanted? Because like I'm healthy, but I'm not happy, and now I used to be famous for being this person, and now I'm not that person anymore. So now
yeah,
I don't know what to do. It's like all those young celebrities, those star children celebrities that fall off. Um, they they
yeah,
they kind of bank their identity there and then, and don't have time to discover who they are before they're just like,
yeah,
they're presented as like this superhuman, and then all of a sudden they realize that they're just human, and they're like, well, that's not good enough, and now I'm nothing.
yeah,
So
yeah. Or like, they will then sort of adapt to just a normal way of living and,
mm,
like sort of adapt back into society.
mm,
And people will be like, what happened to them? Like, what happened
yeah,
to this person? It's like, bro, they just started living a normal fucking life, you know?
Yeah, like left all that behind. That kind of makes me more depressed than anything. But yeah, it happens. It definitely happens because, I mean, some people dip out of art all the time. I got a homie, and he's like, I'm just like a family therapy worker now, you know.
Mm.
And he used to be like a photographer. So, but
True.
everyone goes through. I feel like sometimes we get so stressed out that like, oh my god, I'm going to stop being an artist forever, you know.
Mm.
But you weren't always making good art as an artist. You know, you went
Yeah.
through like a journey, and this is just because you're not making art now doesn't mean you're not going to make it in the future, and that as well. I think
Yeah, definitely.
sometimes I think we get so held up on that idea of like, if I'm not doing the thing, I'm not doing it. Then I'm like, what am I?
Mm.
But I think if you can stay more interested than interesting, then you'll always be an artist because you'll always be interested in something. You know, you'll always
Yeah.
find something fascinating about
Yeah,
the
for
world.
sure.
You know, and like, you know, instead of kind of being like this streamer who's like outside looking for the next big hit, or you know, like I Show Speed, which is just like, the dude is a phenomenon, and like all credit to him, but they're their own thing, you know, and
Yeah.
like, you know, and things like that. Drewski's an example of someone who's kind of cool about it. I think like he's
Yeah.
done. I saw like I watched
Like
some
a
content that
comedian.
he made. Yeah, he did these like
He
things
started
where the
making like
community
funny videos. Yeah.
talent shows. You know, he had like random people in to do talent. It's really funny, well scripted, well written. He's not just a streamer. You know, he took that idea and he's like, okay, I'm gonna do something that's got story, that's got character, and that's
Yeah.
funny, and you know, and that as well. And that's what I'm like I
Yeah, some of
said.
those videos are so funny, eh?
Oh, bro,
Where he signs them,
yeah, yeah,
signs
yeah,
them to
yeah.
the
He's like,
table.
get out, go and get out, get him out of here, get him out of here immediately. Sometimes they just
There's
go
this
there.
there's this one where like a blind dude walks in with a stick. He like gets
Yeah,
to where he's supposed to go, and he's just like, "Feel your way out, bro."
yeah, yeah, yeah. You
He
got to
doesn't
feel
even
your
get
way
a
out.
chance to do anything.
Yeah, I love
It's
some of it's
sick,
just
bro.
hilarious. I'm like, bro, that guy, that it's like some of them go to sing. They're like, go and get out. Get him out of here
No,
right now. Get him out.
get him out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna escort him out of here. We're not having none of that. Yeah.
Look what I sent you on Insta
Oh yeah.
quickly.
Let me check it. I don't know what's going on with my.
The AC still bugging out.
Well, my AC is sounding like it's gonna be a transformer. Is this the Drewski clip right here?
No, this is the influencer party, bro.
Oh, this is that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Just like it's like when you open your pantry after having not gone in there or been on holiday. There's a bunch of roaches in the pantry. You're like, what the hell going on here? They're like all scurrying around. Look at them all. Oh my god. Is that Larry? And Larry Wheels is an influencer now. He used to just be like a genuine bodybuilder, although he was kind of used to be a
True.
bodybuilder. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I don't know. This is where we're coming to. It's like it is like an artist collective in a way, you know. But
Yeah.
but the thing with like Picasso's artist collective is that like all these dudes were like trying to become master painters. Like I think there's a lot of people here that are just hanging out to not feel anxious that
For
there's
clout stuff.
yeah, for clout, doing different things that are superficial. Like there's probably very few individuals there that are really interested in like what an influencer can achieve in the world. Like instead of
Mm.
just being like, oh, I'm just people listen to me because
Yeah,
you
and the
know.
thing is, it's not like they're there and talking to each other either. They're just there
Mm,
pretending to be at a party for millions of people who are watching, like who are streaming their
yep.
streams. You know.
How do you feel about like with the mixed breed collective? Like, do you feel like is there hesitation in the group, or are you guys like kind of you just working at it slowly? Like, what's sort of your advancement into from on the perspective of like work ethics between you all? Like,
Yeah, we have like that. We go through periods, obviously,
mm,
where we're like all guns blazing, and then
mhm,
we've actually got a few members overseas at the moment.
Yep.
So um, there's like 4 of the boys away.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of us, we're just kind of building catalog up as well, like in the background. So I just got to plug this charge in real quick.
Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, Mixed Breed is Pasquale's rap group, the collective out of Sydney right now, Maroubra. And they recently had one of their first group show. They've got some more things in the works, some more projects upcoming. I had the opportunity to work with them.
We're in the middle of negotiating a few business things. When we get back on in like a month or two's time, and we'll talk through Mixed Breed and stuff properly.
Yeah, I guess from the psychology.
I'll be able to update you a bit more on like what we're doing and what we've got going on.
Yeah.
Collaboratively.
Is it ever like frustrated? Like, do you ever feel like people would lock in more, or how do you feel sometimes? Like,
yeah, it's just different because each member's got a different talent, right? So, like there's a bunch who like they rap, but they're other than rapping, they can't. There's not really much else that they can do other than they can bring ideas to the table. So then it's like there's reliance on like us who can produce, and then there's also like there's some of the boys are like good with cameras and that sort of thing. You know what I mean? So everyone's got their talent that they can sort of bring to the group. But everyone's also doing all their own things, like individually as artists. A lot of people are doing their own thing as well. So
like touring and whatnot.
When we're locked in, we're all locked in, bro. Like even if there's like Matey who's a rapper who he can't do anything else except for get behind the mic, bro. He will be out like sussing venues and shit. You know what I mean? We'll be like sorting that stuff out. So there's like an eagerness from all the boys to like play their part and their role, which is like good to see.
That's cool.
Know?
That is cool. Yeah. I guess it's like it's long from the time.
Yeah. Oh, so
that's
I was
the
just
hard
saying,
thing.
Yeah, definitely. Like we're all hungry, we're all eager. Then it's just about execution now. You know, so we're building up catalog as individual artists. We're all building up catalog to just really bring it all together, all guns blazing. A few of the boys are actually away, so they're sort of settling in, doing their thing. Till when we come back. Dropping a lot of music individually and as a group, shows, all that sort of thing. Yeah,
cultivating the inspiration crop like a little Japanese guy.
Yeah.
They got a little hoe out there.
Yeah, when you're back, we got to talk about some merch.
Yeah.
It'd be sick to get like what you were saying, Ilya and Sway to do some sort of expose that you can conjure up.
I think doing a music video for a track that you guys have would be the start for that. It'd be really great.
Yeah, that could be cool. I guess we'll just see what we can do creative wise.
It just depends on what you guys have. It doesn't even need to be like, it could just simply be like even there's so much. It could even be like a skit, just like one that's shot, in a certain way and like has more of a general perspective, because you guys did have some cool, funny skit things. So, it could just be like something that's really general that kind of introduces you guys in a way,
Yeah, we'll definitely. Get all the boys. We've been having a few business meetings before the boys went away. But we just need to get that shit on lock.
Mentally, so much.
Everyone's when it's time to lock in, everyone's locked in. It's just you know how lucky gets, bro. So much on at the moment, and everyone's honing in on their own selves.
I guess like I'm envious always of like Wu-Tang Clan era. Like just imagine being in a place where you got nowhere to go. None of you really have jobs, so you have nothing else but to like commit to that thing. So it's yeah, it's definitely not an easy life to live, but it's definitely like a fast track to a success story. Is a put a bunch of artists in the same place and with no way out except to make good art
Yeah,
and the passion to do so. So yeah,
that's
you just end up
that's
cultivating
the
that in
blurb. That's the book blurb right there, bro.
passion. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of people that I think there's a lot of people that are passionate, but maybe just like not enthusiastic.
Mm.
So and I mean, passion and enthusiasm
How
should
would
go
you
hand in
differentiate
hand.
those two?
Yeah, I guess like you can be passionate enough to be interested in something, but if you're going to step to point to the perspective where you're going to express like an idea in that, then you have to be enthusiastic about it because like
Mm.
otherwise you're just like I don't. I'm going to call him out, but like, have you seen like Jesse Brecker over in Sydney? Is it Jesse Brecker? He's been doing like these tours in Sydney, and he's been like and he, he's going to like different events and different venues doing like, hey, we're gonna go to the Stussy store and like do a styling thing. Wait, no, not this guy. And I like it, but I'm just like, I just think that the vision is there, but he needs to find someone. I can't find him. He needs to find someone who can do it and be be more excited about what it is that he's doing. Because it's
Right.
like and you can't be too excited because otherwise you're just pretentious. But there's a medium there, and I think that like when you're going to events and you're like you kind of sound a bit bored, and like you know he does these like so fashion fits, and then he'll like go to an event. It's cool because he's documenting a lot of Sydney, but it's like putting people on and that as well. Look, oh wait, sorry, I wasn't screen sharing. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm all for it, but also, like I said, like I think is he's passionate but not enthusiastic, and that's also the direction that he's going in. But my only critique is that, like, I just think that it could be it could be a bit more enthusiastic because you're only going to go to this store like once, right? You might
Mm.
only go to this place once, and
He might
so
he might not also he looks quite young. He might not also know how to express that. He
mm,
might be feeling that, but it's just the way that he expresses it. Maybe he might be still a bit, nervous behind the camera or,
mm-hmm.
not trying not to mess up. He's overthinking maybe a little bit too much. So
Yeah,
he
yeah. I
probably
don't know.
he'll
I
room to grow. Like he's yeah,
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to
interesting.
see where he's going to take what he does, and like if he brings on
He's
someone
got
into
your
the
boy
team.
Jet Williams there.
Yeah, Jet as well. Obviously, the
Yeah,
man Jet. I think Max has been in here as well. So
got to get his
he
book, bro.
does.
I want to read his book. Have you read it?
I haven't read it. No. Ilya's got a spare one for me.
Oh, I bet.
So I'm excited to hear that. But yeah. I don't know. It makes me feel weird. It just makes me feel weird. Maybe like I'm a bit jealous because I never got myself together to do something like this. But then at the same time, it's like I don't think I would. I just think that the enthusiasm isn't quite there. And yeah, where it could be or it should be a little bit more exciting, or like
Yeah.
there's a lot of the same, and it's cool, but I think it's missing something, and I wonder if he'll like discover that or if he even wants to.
Yeah.
But like thrifting in Sydney,
I think
thrifting in,
I
in
think
Sydney.
yeah, I think he's definitely got the right idea. He's probably also only just started a sort of journey of, "Oh,
Mm,
this is what I'm into. This is what I'm passionate about," like
hmm
thrifting and fashion, like and
mm,
you definitely need a good, half a decade of really doing it to find what you like as your style and where you wanna run with it and what you wanna do. You can't just kind of go,
mm.
oh, I'm really interested in this, and then
Mm.
like you sort of jump into it, and that's probably what he's lacking as well, maybe a little bit. He
I
needs
don't know.
time to develop a
I
sort of
think I think he's pretty knowledgeable. Like he's traveled. It looks like he's traveled like to a few places, mainly just like Tokyo, Japan.
yeah,
Um, so he's traveled around. But yeah, I definitely hear you. I think there's something there. He's cooking. He's cooking.
he's
It's
cooking.
brewing.
Yeah, give him, bro. I'm
Um,
telling you, he's especially with content and stuff these days. It's kind of like you're trying to find a formula that's gonna
yeah,
stick, dude.
yeah. That's like still part of your personality, and then
So
also
yeah,
creative.
but
So
no, it's an interesting find. Shout out. What's his name again?
shout out Jesse. Yeah,
Shout out Jesse if he sees this.
yeah.
Um,
Jesse Beckersher on Instagram.
yeah, I'll give him a follow
Um,
now.
you guys can check him out.
Um,
So he's making some
yeah, I'll
cool
check him out.
stuff. But
But yeah, I
also
definitely
Jesse
think that, bro. Like, let him explore with this because it's kind of what's the last name again?
Beckersher.
Just yeah, let him cook, bro. I reckon.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's got some
definitely
of the
cooking.
homies following.
It's
Bunch of
cool.
the
It's
homies
cool
following
that
him.
I mean he's putting Sydney on in that way. But I'm also like sick of saying that because I'm sick of like saying that he's putting Sydney on because like Sydney it makes Sydney sound like it's low key and underground, you know.
Yeah,
And and I hate that that may be the fact or not. But anyway, like he's out there, he's doing things in the streets, he's meeting all these cool people that we know as well, meeting mutuals,
yeah,
um,
gangster.
and things like that. He's going to the Vinnies, which is cool. I do think that he could maybe be scouting more for, like, in my opinion, fuck Zara, and
Yeah,
maybe like not really big on the Stussy thing because it's not really like Australian.
yeah,
So if you are gonna claim Australian fashion in some way, and he's not making claims to it really, but he is here in Sydney. He's shouting out Sydney. I think that
yeah,
it's like I don't know if he's even looked at any the best brand out of Sydney. He's looking at some top 3 streetwear stores in Sydney. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just don't like him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what. Maybe I just got beef. I'm trying to like analyze myself as well at the same time, and
yeah,
I'm like, so I don't know, but I think that yeah, I think that what you said is true. He's onto something, and like anybody that's onto something, you got to keep pushing, and you should keep pushing for creative things and be also self-critical.
yeah.
So Jesse, I hope you know
Shout
I'm not hating. I don't want to sound like I'm hating,
out.
even though I sound like I'm hating. Okay,
Yeah,
but you can hate me for anything. All right.
no, give out shout out, bro. Like, bro, I
It's
respect anyone who's gonna have a crack at something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
get
yeah.
in and have a go, bro. I got mad respect for anyone who does that.
Yeah, honestly, like people that are
Mad
out
love
there.
too. Like, I love seeing people, you know, take off in their like niche or whatever they're doing.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
because then you're like, bro, if they can do that, like I can do that. You know.
Yep, it
So
shows. It does
mm,
show that, or it at least shows people that, like, yeah, Australia does have this, does have a voice, you
yeah,
know, and that sort of thing. So, it's definitely cool. Hey, it's like the roast of Kevin Hart. Okay, everyone still likes Kevin Hart, even though we're talking shit about him, you know. So even though we might be talking shit about you, you just got to take it with what it is, and
yeah.
yeah, I hope that
It's
people
more
have their opinions
yeah, it's
about
more
my
just food
stuff.
for thought, if anything.
Yeah, yeah. I
Mm,
just think that that every artist can improve in some way if they want to, you know. So and like we said, like being genuine and being passionate
yeah.
is the foremost important, and then just like having that layer of enthusiasm, I think is just like a cherry on top, you know.
Mm,
Like make people excited. I think because honestly, coming here, fashion can sound very boring. There's a lot of boring people that have boring perspectives about fashion, and they're very smart. It's like you
mm,
want to listen to what they're saying because it's like, oh my, you're a fucking genius. But also, what you're saying sounds like I don't know, like white potato soup. and nobody fucking and like you
Yeah.
know what I mean. Nutritious,
Well,
nutritious.
think about like if someone who was in, oh, I love rap music, bro, or like, music. And then imagine them sitting at a table with me and Corey talking
Mm.
engineering, like vocal
Yeah,
engineering for like 2 hours. They're kind of like, you know, but
yeah.
it's
But
like
if
it's important to it. And then the people who like me and Corey, we could sit there for hours and days and talk about that
talk
shit. You know
about
what I mean?
production, yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
guys have the alien
yeah,
like language. Yeah, yeah. That's more also just being like considering the outside perspective of someone who doesn't have the knowledge of that. So, and production
yeah.
is hard because I mean, at the end of the day, if you start talking decibels and volume and effects,
Frequencies. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of people aren't well versed in that. But fashion is something that I think it doesn't have to be so boring. Like,
yeah.
so you should definitely try if you're gonna claim
But
to
if you're
educate.
listening to the master talk about how like the proportions of like sleeve length to
Mm,
like torso length to leg length, like ratios of your clothes, like we were
right,
discussing earlier,
that is a fact.
you know, and like where, yeah,
Like
all of
that's
that
more
stuff,
that. Yeah,
you might
yeah, yeah.
lose
That's
some
the
people,
details. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
But
obviously, the master might teach that at a master class, and everyone at the
mm,
master class is there and ready. But if you're putting out content, I think that's where being trying to find a way to be more enthusiastic to then not purport this boring fashion modem.
yeah.
You know, is like is important. And also like yeah, like if you're gonna claim to do like a fit thing, it's always I feel like it's important to have that come from somewhere, you know,
Mm,
a fit check. But nobody is perfect because like I always recommended old videos that I hit of so-called fit checks or like creative influencer style videos, and I was like destroy it this must never be seen. I had a
videos of
friend.
you.
Yeah, yeah. She went through my Instagram and like it was when I was living in that place in Stanmore.
Yeah.
And she sent me this video. She's like, "Oh, look!" And it was like I was wearing a balaclava. It was doing that balaclava era, and there was chains hanging off of it, and it was cool, but it was so much. I was like, this is just like I cannot even digest this anymore. I'm like, it needs to like, remove it. I was like, fucking zapped it with a lightning bolt, like. So it's like everyone goes through errors as well. So I hope that like someone like Jesse, if you do listen to this, if you care about it, you hear bits and pieces, and if you're an influencer, you hear things in conversation, and like you don't dismiss it, like test it and prove it
Mm.
wrong, but prove it wrong. Like
This
if
is
you're
the most inspired podcast too. Like we're not here to bring anyone down. We're here
yeah,
to openly discuss things,
yeah,
openly discuss how people are acting and or what is
mhm,
this, like we're not here to be political or join
mm,
sides or say this and that.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, we're here to listen to everyone's opinions, open ideas about anything,
yeah,
and
yeah. I think
and also,
as
yeah, like if we do get onto a topic where we're speaking about someone specifically, it's kind of like, um, yeah, we're just trying to like understand what they're doing and how they can do things better and like what,
yeah. It's a
yeah,
it's a conversation, not a game show. Like
no,
we're not nobody's off the hot seat or getting
mm.
voted off the island. Like
And
this
like
is
if there's
just
things that we mention or talk about or like say things that maybe not you like you might not agree with or you might think, oh no, it's like this, you know what I
mm,
mean? That's like
yeah,
what we want people to come and engage in.
yeah.
Like,
Have an
drop a
opinion.
comment. This is on YouTube. Drop
Yeah,
a comment. If there's anything we discussed that you wanted us to discuss further or you got input for, drop a
mm.
comment, you know.
Write it, write it. Let it be voiced. And if you enjoyed it, then
Send Zeke a letter pigeon.
send me a bomb in the mail or something.
Yeah.
Do something exciting. Send me a fucking C4 in the mail and so yeah, totally. Like have an opinion. I think is part of life as
Mm,
well because for a while I
that's
was like, oh, it's cool to not like everything's cool and and it's, but it's super important to not like something as well, because that's character. That's like,
and you don't have to like everything, just because like a bunch of people are like, bro, this is Matt, you don't see it, like that's a very important thing, is like you got to have your own taste, and you got to explore, and like actually don't be embarrassed by what you enjoy or what you think, what you like, don't just do shit because other people are doing it. Like, do you? So
do you?
Yeah,
I love that.
Pasquale.
What a beautiful note to finish the episode on. Yeah,
I know. What about, we were like, oh, we're about an hour and a half.
No, we scrunched that up and threw it away. I was like, no, there's no way we can get rid of that real quick. Just, I'm glad we caught the next train.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, my guy. You want to leave the people with anything coming up, any news? You want people to watch out for something in particular?
I'll check in. You can catch me back here with Zeek. We'll cook up again soon. I'll have a lot more to talk about where things are going music-wise, what's in the works, what's happening, because there's a lot of exciting things that I actually want to share with you, Zeek. But I want to like tell the people, but it's got to like stay kind of under wraps at the moment, like until it's like,
let's keep it as such. Sorry, pardon me.
Yeah, I just want to say, do you? Because other people are doing it. Do what you like. Stay true to yourself. Do you?
Totally. Yeah. You heard it here first, people. The most inspired podcast on planet Earth with Pasquale. Zeek the Kid, your host, as always. We'll catch you next Sunday with another inspired episode. Everybody, you have a good weekend. Have a good new week. Stay powerful. Stay humble. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to everyone else in the show.
Give us that again. Give us that, bro. Give us a little screenshot.
Oh yeah, right there. That's the headline right there. All right, people. See you, my guy. See you, Adam. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.